Some of the content of Patriots Unfiltered may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
The world's original podcast.
Welcome to Patriots Unfiltered.
So it's Evan, it's Paul, it's Deuce, it's me, it's Alex and Matt in the booth.
That was a rhythm
like
on
that?
that, Fred. I like that. It's a little sing-songy.
So when you take a poop, you don't stare at it forever. You got to flush it eventually.
We buried the ball.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but they flushed the poop. The people are at the point now where we're trending towards bad weather quarterback.
You got to refresh your timeline. You need a timeline refresher.
It's not just my timeline. We had people calling into the show on Catch 22 talking about it.
Yeah.
Which one do you think the Patriots are better suited to defend?
I think earlier it was
the ball knowers.
Oh, geez.
There's only so many double passes you can run for 13 yards. You know, like that. Those kinds of comments. I think some people.
Your line.
I know, but I wasn't on the air, Mike. Fun with calendars with Paul.
Yeah.
Math, not my strong suit.
That's why I print my calendar out.
You know, in the second half, they could have used his energy a little bit.
Time for Chisholm.
This is Patriots Unfiltered.
Presented by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com.
All right, welcome to Patriots Unfiltered. It is Thursday here at Gillette Stadium, and we're getting ready for the Baltimore Ravens Sunday night football on NBC. And it's Evan, it's Paul, it's Deuce, it's Alex, it's Fred, it's Alex and Matt in the booth.
That wasn't as good.
No, well, you have that extra person, you lose the cadence.
Don't blame Alex.
But
It's girl Alex. Boy Alex in the booth.
so what's going on today? We got our
Lamar Jackson's sick.
Yeah, he's sick.
He's got a flu thing.
We got an
Flu
injury.
deal.
Flu deal.
I guess
Flu
there's a few
deal.
people that are sick in Baltimore, I guess. But I want to talk about Patriots. Our injury report has me worried.
Yeah, should.
Yeah.
Carlton Davis was
So right
out.
off the bat, let's talk about that.
Talk about it.
Sure, Carlton. No Robert Spillane, which we kind of anticipated when he was in the walking boot yesterday. But also Christian Ellis, too. Another one who...
Well, he is an illness, so let's hope that that's not something.
That I'm
That's
not
gonna
worried
keep him
about
out
the
of the game.
illnesses.
Yeah.
But Marcus
I agree.
Jones and Carlton
Marcus
Davis, Marcus Jones was in rough shape after the game, and so I think a lot of us kind of clocked that and made note of it, and then
Just beat up, you mean?
yeah, he was struggling to get his pads off, and was just kind of in pain.
I mean, listen, in all fairness, that play, the controversial play that he was involved in, I mean, both guys hit the ground hard.
Yeah.
There was no,
that guy,
bracing for a fall there. They were both, focused on the ball, and that was it.
Yeah.
that guy, I mean, he played in the slot like that as you're in a car crash every single week.
Yeah.
So he's got a knee injury is the official designation there. Carlton Davis has a hip. It was said in the game it was a groin. Now it's a hip.
Well,
Connected.
Right.
Which worries me more.
So
Close enough.
he's got a hip, and then he has two, but he has one that's hurt. And then he
Thank you for the distinction.
Harold Landry is
I'm not as
still dealing with the knee thing. He's gonna play. That is what
Is
it
that
is.
a Brady right shoulder thing?
Yeah.
I mean, I think Vrabel's been like this generally through the season. So we'll see today. I'm not going to get too worried just yet about some of these. We'll see. I think he's liberally rested guys generally on, Barmore has consistently been out Wednesday. I mean, definitely interesting, and eyes will be peeled for when that injury report comes out today. But
I'd put Landry in that category.
Yeah.
I think he's periodically gotten some DNPs at practice. He's certainly not healthy. I'm not trying to say, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's not Brady right shoulder.
Right.
It's something he's dealing with, and I think he's missed some practice time, but I agree with Evan. I expect him to play. Jones and Davis, to me, are the ones that I would be concerned about.
If he had loose, I mean, we know Chucky Trees, but
Yeah.
who's up
If you
after
had
that?
to pick a unit to be banged up for this game, would it be your defensive backs?
I think corner. Yeah, would be fun. If Carlton Davis can't play in this game, they don't really throw the ball to their outside receivers anyways.
But would you think about using one of those on one of the tight ends?
I've thought that they might do that all year, and they haven't.
Yeah,
every game
that would have been my answer too.
Every game they play good tight ends. I'm like, maybe this is the week they put Carlton Davis on the tight end, and they never do it.
And there's a play
So,
here or there, but haven't done it really consistently. But Marcus Jones and Zay Flowers, to me,
Yeah.
That's a
Right.
big
were
one.
two guys that I
big
think
one.
could have seen each other quite a bit.
And you don't really have a second slot guy. I mean, the next guy up after Chucky Trees would be your guy Miles Battle from last year is the next
He's
corner
an
on the list,
outside
and he's
guy.
an outside guy too. So there really isn't a little quick, shifty guy to deal with what
Their
what he
best
does.
receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to keep our eye on the injury report. We'll have another one coming out today, and of course after Friday's practice, and then Evan will have his Saturday update.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting, with downgrades and travel and all that stuff. But we did see Carlton Davis and Marcus Jones in the locker room, and they look to be, as good as you could possibly look walking through a locker room. So I hopefully that is just like a Wednesday maintenance coming off a tough game kind of day.
Yeah.
Maybe not for Davis because he was hurt during the game, but for Marcus Jones.
Yeah. I'm going to say now, I bet Spillane doesn't play.
Oh yeah, I'd be shocked if he
seem like
plays.
it. Like, you know.
Why do you say that?
Well, now he's in a walking boot. We hadn't
Yeah.
seen him. He was in the locker room last week.
Yesterday.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. It could be significant, could be preventative.
I think just
keep it
strategic
immobile.
balancing. Like again, you're going against Derrick Henry in a really tough run game. It's,
Right.
it's hard to see throwing Spillane in there for what, to get him further injured, and now you lose this game. I mean, these Jets and Dolphins games get even more critical. So I'd probably back off and just
Like in a moment of truth, if Vrabel said, "I'd rather be healthy," down the road than go all in for this game, would you be upset at that? And I'm
No.
not saying he's saying that.
No.
I'm just.
No, I would understand it. I guess my question is with a guy like Landry and Spillane is how healthy can you get, and how severe are these bumps and bruises, which are, with
It's
with
hard to
Landry you
know.
could go all the way back to Tennessee,
New Orleans, yeah.
New Orleans. So it's you just don't know. You don't know the severity. You don't know what they're dealing with. It's like
That seems to be Landry's situation where it's like, this is just a knee
Right.
thing
Yeah.
and it's not going to get remarkably better or worse. So we're just
Yeah.
going to manage it during the week and he's going to play on Sunday.
It's like the hockey thing where then the
I was
season
just
ends
gonna
and it's
say it's
like,
a Patrice
and he's having
Bergeron.
just a knee cleanup, and also he had a punctured kidney.
He's had a procedure in the
Yeah.
offseason.
yeah. Now I
Just a
do
minor
think that,
cleanup.
that you could see, like, is it crazy to maybe start platooning that spot a little bit with Landry? Because he just hasn't been himself and he hasn't been as disruptive. And I just wonder if maybe playing a little bit less, like letting Ponder or Anthony Jennings or whoever like play a little bit more
Yeah.
at that spot, and maybe you just use Landry like on third down or obvious passing situations or whatever.
Well, that
the
was my
case may
question.
be.
Ev, was just like, well, where do you use him? Because it feels like he's missing some of the juice to really get after the passer. So,
Yeah.
I found myself going back and forth thinking about that, being like, well, on one hand, I think he's a smart, tough player, and maybe you don't need the speed as much on the early downs. I don't know what the answer is. It's
I would
tough
play
to
him on
manage.
third down, like, because I still think he has enough juice and enough kind of
And
savvy.
he's doing stunts
to,
too. I
yeah,
mean, it's
to win
not,
in the
right.
But like playing him, 70-80% of the snaps on a bad knee. It's just a thought. Maybe
Yeah.
they could give Ponder or Jennings a little bit more opportunity out there, and maybe Swinson's active for the game. And try to rotate that spot a little bit more because they need more out of both him and Chason than what they got against Buffalo. I mean, those two guys were really shut down against the Bills.
So Ryan in Tucson has a couple questions. The first one, he says, is simple. Are you emotionally prepared to lose this game on Sunday night? Why or why not?
Yes.
Well, it's honestly not the end of the world if they lose the game. Now, it's you don't want to lose 2 games in a row and that whole thing, but it's in terms of the division and like playoff seeding, it's really not the end of the world if they lose the game on Sunday.
I don't know if I am.
I am.
Honestly, I just, like you said, 2 in a row. All of a sudden we played the 2 good teams and we end up losing to both of them. I don't know emotionally if that's good for me.
Yeah, I think leaning more into my historical perspective on the Ravens and the respect that I've always had for that team, whether it was Joe Flacco or Lamar Jackson. I was telling Paul I went back and looked at the last 3 games just to remember that 2019 game, the 2020 game with Cam Newton, and then the Mac Jones game. It was such an interesting cross-section of like the end of the Brady era, that one 2020 year with Cam Newton, and then the Mac Jones offense in 2022, and just seeing kind of the different players pop up. And I was saying to Paul, I'm like, God, we talk about these guys all the time, and then you look back and I'm like, who is that 53? Like I don't, guys have
They
turned
don't
over
pay me
so
enough
much.
to go back and watch those games.
I don't even know. But what relevance does that game have?
That's what I said. They don't pay me enough to go back and watch the Mac Jones games.
I would say Lamar Jackson appreciation is what it is. Just the player that he is and the cross section
The
of
2019
when he
game
was
wasn't
really
close.
coming in. No,
It was
they
a
couldn't stop
bloodbath.
him. They couldn't do anything. But yeah, that's where I'm kind of defaulting back to, and I think the Ravens need this game more. They're 7-7. They're chasing the Steelers right now. They're out of the playoff race right now.
That's
but
why
they got
I'm
a
emotionally
chance.
prepared to lose. It's more about them.
Yeah.
And Evan's right. It's if you had to, you don't want to lose 2 in a row. You don't want to lose any more games.
They haven't done it all year either.
Yeah, you don't want to lose. I'm not suggesting that. Oh, you can take your foot off the gas. Like back to the health of the team. I'm not sitting anybody who can play because this game isn't vitally important. I would worry with Spillane specifically. We go back to the Giants game when he didn't play a ton late in the game. And we all talked about it in the post game. We didn't know why. It was weird. He's always pretty much 100%.
Yep.
And then that game was much less. You get 2 weeks off, and he's, dealing with a toe injury. That was what came up on the injury report last week.
Now it's an ankle.
Now it says ankle, and he's in a boot.
Traveling.
And I'm wondering if, Evan threw something out, and I actually asked Evan off the air. So, Mike, this is not tattling on air like you did to me.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Just sort of throwing things out there. Do you think that maybe, he did dress out for the game? And we all kind of looked at it as emergency purposes. But I wonder if maybe going through the pregame, and Evan said he did notice he was really hobbled in pregame. I wonder if he aggravated something or injured something in the pregame. And it's a whole different problem, which would be, to me, far more significant going forward. If he could play, I would play him. But I don't know if that's the case right now. I thought Mike Reese had just little minor thing when he tweeted he was like the last guy and Tavai's leaving and he says, lead them. He's got a boot on. He's not going out to practice. It's like,
Tell my
go
story.
on without me.
Tell my story.
Tell them I love them. He said,
what?
Like, lead them.
Lead them.
Lead them.
He said to Tavai as Tavai
last
was leaving.
guy.
the locker
Famous
room.
last words.
It's very dramatic.
Yeah.
It is very dramatic.
Very
But
dramatic.
I
I just
really
think
hope
it's
that
telling,
that's what he
and I agree
said.
with Mike. I don't expect to see Spillane play this week.
Yeah.
Now, maybe
No.
it's completely different. We go to practice
sure
today.
that he said that?
That's what I'm just telling
Mike
you.
Reese?
Mike Reese says it.
Mike Reese
love
to me
Mike.
is as good as 100%.
You know that I love Mike.
He
I
didn't
just am
make it up.
teasing. I'm not saying he made it up. I just
Roland didn't do it.
I know that this isn't Braveheart.
you, man.
I don't know.
Was it also dramatic because of what Tavai's been going through? Maybe. Or
Maybe.
Are we too far removed from that?
I
maybe?
don't. It's possible. I'm not trying to make light of that.
To be clear, Mike did not make it dramatic. I made it dramatic.
I mean, how else are you going to take that?
No, but Mike
Right.
just said that Spillane wasn't going out to practice. He had the boot. And as Tavai was
Oh, this is
leaving,
just a
he just said,
practice.
leave them. That's all. But that's all Mike did was he just presented the facts. I think I sort of presented it a little bit more dramatically.
Yeah.
You sure,
You do like
Tavai
those
didn't have
Hallmark
a bag
movies.
of chips and he meant to say leave them?
Leave the chips. Yeah. Leave the fries in the
don't-
bag. I mean, that honestly feeds into something that, we said in that Bills game, maybe Spillane could have made a play. But he's been the heartbeat of that team in the middle. I mean, he's just kind of the leader of that defense. This is the first game they've had to play without him. And I think that is significant. I think he is the leader. And, when I caught that from Mike, especially with Ellis out of practice too, they need somebody to kind of step up. And I wonder if that played into the fact they couldn't turn it around. They couldn't make a play. They couldn't stop the bleeding. It just kept pouring and pouring until that, last possession
I think,
where they forced a punt.
Paul, when you go on your shows, you should you should say to Deuce, lead them.
Next week,
you
next
walk in
Tuesday
under the
before I leave to go do my show, I'll tell Mike.
That's going to be my meme now.
Mike, this is your show, Mike. Lead them.
That's a new meme.
It was
Lead them.
practice. It wasn't even a game.
That's the best part. That's literally the best part.
No, it was practice.
Right? It was yesterday.
Yeah,
No, this was
Oh
yesterday.
my God, that makes it even better.
A Wednesday practice.
Yeah.
I love Hardo
Lead
football
them.
players. It's great, though. That's totally on brand with him.
It's
though.
so Spillane.
So intense.
It's so
like,
Spillane. Like, I asked that man before we did the pet adoption event at training camp, just softball, how fun is this to be having all these puppies in an adoption event at practice? And he's like, yeah, that's cool, but like I'm more excited about football. No, like it was the most
Okay.
vanilla.
Interrupting my preparation.
Yeah.
It was just
All right.
that's him.
All right. Well, that's a good one. Okay. What else? What else do we have? Listen. I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but all this talk about who would you rather face in the playoffs? One of your places, NBC Sports Boston, had a poll this morning. This is why I got
Polls.
triggered.
Gotta love polls.
You know, which team would you least or most or least want to? I forget which.
I
what
just
it was.
don't know why these
It's
trigger
weak.
you.
I think as fans, we need to push back on this stuff.
No, you need to push back on
as
it.
fans, it makes you.
I'm a fan, and I'm not pushing back on it.
I'm telling you right now.
I need to think like you.
It makes a fan base look weak if that's what they're worried about. Who should we or we shouldn't face? It makes you look weak, fans.
No, it
So
doesn't.
push back on it. Say we don't care.
I want what's best for my team.
Media. You talk about
I do
that.
care.
Don't drag us into your polls because we'll take whoever.
Leave
Whoever, whoever's our opponent, that's who we'll
Nothing
play.
dramatic about that at all.
Lead them. So,
Think like me.
yeah. So
I'm right.
So fans,
You're
push
wrong.
back on this type of discussion. We're not afraid of anybody.
No.
First 15 minutes.
So who would you want to face, Fred? Or not want to face?
Son of a.
Philip
Tell ya,
Rivers in the
I had a
polls.
great. This
Some
is
of
so
my
funny
coffee
because
went
I
down
had
the
this
wrong pipe.
exact conversation with Deuce as we were going over the pro shop this morning. A very crowded pro
Yeah.
shop.
By the way, if you're looking for Rivalry's gear, you better get your butt down here.
You should
Get in
mention
line.
that,
Yeah,
too.
Paul and I will.
I think he just
it's all
did.
gone.
Yeah,
I know, but
Don't bother.
Riley's
It's-
mentioned.
Yeah,
it.
You're
they
gonna
put,
be
so they
waiting
put
for
out,
hours.
Yeah, they were doing a Rivalry refresh. So if you've been shopping and
Try
you've
to
been
say
trying to
that
find
again.
Rivalry gear, you know that it's not
Rivalry
available
refresh.
anywhere. So the Rivalry refresh happened today.
Ooh.
Paul and I were like, hey, let's go over, see what they got, with this stuff. It's great for Christmas presents. And the line was literally like, we're walking and we can see it all the way out to like that new overhang structure that's like out by the parking
Yeah.
lot.
To
And
the
I'm
master
saying,
gate?
So that's like 40, 50
No,
yards.
It was at least 50. It was 50 plus people deep.
I mean, easily. And I said to Paul, I'm like, is that for the pro shop? And then lo and behold, you come around the corner all the way in. We saw, Ariel down there who runs the Hall of Fame. She said, no, they've been lined up since 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
People were lining up.
AM?
This
to get
was
A and
10
the
o'clock.
AM. I know.
Wow.
8 p.m. last night.
so
Well, that
the-
happens too. Like people come early for
So
like.
I'm wondering.
So Mike and I didn't get
No,
any,
we didn't.
any
We didn't.
refresh.
You guys
We could have thrown our weight around
guys-
a little
yeah,
bit.
I
I know,
feel
just to be clear,
Nah.
we were offered
They
the
were offered,
opportunity
but
to go
they're
in,
so
but we
humble.
did not
They're
do the
just
Fred
men of the
Kirsch.
people.
No,
We did
Oh,
not-
I
we
would
did not
Paul-
big time it.
No, me and Paul
Evan
are
would be like flashing his badge.
Yeah,
like,
I would have big
who do
timed
you
it
know
for
here?
sure.
No, me and Paul are like probably the most humble people in the whole
So
organization.
the rivalry gear,
especially
It's very
you.
humble of you to say.
Yeah.
the rivalry
That's a humble
gear sold
brag,
out
especially you.
immediately after during the game that we wore them, and the way Nike does it, it takes a while to get more stuff. So I guess they finally got it today. I'm wondering, and maybe some of our fans can confirm, does that mean that Fanatics got refreshed as well?
Oh.
Because it wasn't available there
Let's
either.
check.
Yeah.
So
Online.
So for those people that don't live in the Foxborough vicinity, maybe they'd like to go to Fanatics and check it out and see if they've got a restock of our rivalry gear.
I was able to get. Well, this is probably different, but the rivalry RKK sneakers.
Oh.
But like StockX is technically. Is that a second market?
What?
Yes.
StockX?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Going down a rabbit hole now. What's that?
It's a big online retailer of sneakers.
Oh, okay.
Alex, they're going to need to see you after the show.
Okay.
They might. Huh?
So
Secondary market. I would buy it for Fanatics if I could, or the pro shop.
Secondary
sure-
black market,
yeah.
secondary market.
But I got it for my
Yeah.
brother-in-law
This
just
is
like 2
you
weeks
know,
ago.
It's like when they have those like places in China that
Oh,
like
yeah.
send you like knockoff
Oh,
purses.
sure. eBay is
that one
is
of-
great for that.
so if anyone can confirm or tell us whether or not Fanatics has Patriots rivalry gear, let us know and we'll get the word out so people can rush to their internet.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's in demand. It's the hot item. I mean, even going to my wife's Christmas party last week, people are like, "Where can I get stuff?" So it's
Did you wear the jacket?
kinda, I did, yeah.
Yeah.
No, because I knew
Did
that
you get that job?
Lynn had already told me that like a bunch of people would like hit her up of like, "Do you know where I could get?" So I was like, I should probably wear the jacket.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know.
Sorry,
I don't
none
know.
left. Just got this
Another
jacket.
one of those humility exercises by you.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know.
no.
Where just
Just demonstrating my dominance and
Yes.
being humble.
Yeah.
A lot of the Fanatics gear says almost gone underneath it. So
Oh,
Yeah,
dear.
and that's-
But wait, so there is some stuff?
there's a couple of the weather jerseys left, but they all say almost gone.
There's no apparel.
What about no apparel?
I
You're
don't
seeing
see
no
any
apparel?
sweatshirts. I don't
The bomber
see.
jacket?
All
Oh.
I see is T-shirts, but it's not even the Rivalry blue. They're gray, but it's still technically part of the same line.
Yeah, that's what Ariel told us this morning was that they have stuff that isn't. It's just kind of the NE logo.
that
It's not actually
stinks.
right. So I mean, it's almost rivalry adjacent.
I want the authentic stuff.
What
Yeah.
would you get?
I want.
No, I'm just saying if I,
sideline.
yeah.
I want the
whenever
beanie.
Whenever
I
I
need the
do,
beanie.
I've
whenever
had
I,
a lot of people ask me for one of those. I'm sorry.
that's all right. We just got an email about talking over each
And
other.
that's
by
why
the
I
way.
said-
Fred
I'm
has the
sorry.
talking stick. We'll get a talking stick.
Well, do we have to do that? I mean, I might
shouldn't.
resort to that. Yeah. No, you can't hear. You literally can't hear
All
what
right.
anyone's saying.
We know what all the experts say. Go ahead.
It's
the
not an
experts,
expert
The experts
thing.
have weighed in. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so our fans are the experts.
I apologize 16 times. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
You know, I'm just talking
Speak.
what fans are saying. If you want to call them experts, great. Now Paul's upset.
Say what you were going to say.
He's been scolded. I forgot what I was going to say now.
I forgot more about radio than what people are
Lead
telling
them.
you.
Lead them.
Well, I was going to say, Fred, that the shirt you're wearing now looks kind of rivalry bluish. And
little bit.
And I've noticed in the locker room and generally around the area that I've seen more of that kind of blue around. So I think it's started a little bit of a trend.
Recency bias.
Maybe.
Yeah, Curtis in St. Louis says Fanatic says nothing.
Nothing.
That stinks.
Come on, Michael Rubin.
Get on it.
I wonder if they ordered more stuff because we
You're gonna get a talking to.
went through the steps of trying to get more stuff, and it was that much of a delay between then and now.
Yeah.
Did they just get totally blown away with the?
They underordered. We didn't
Okay.
order enough stuff.
They're
to begin
creating
with.
the hype then.
Well, yeah.
Kind of a smart business decision.
It's like Apple,
Yeah.
creating the
Yeah.
demand.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, the line. Felt like we should have been out there like that video where it's like fast sped up motion of like.
I just love all the people that hated them at first and they could have got them right away and now they love them and they can't get any of it. It just
It grew on
injected
people.
into my veins.
Yeah. I liked it from the moment I saw it. I thought it was just
think
so
we all did.
distinct and different, and like
came
it
up
wasn't like neon or in your face.
No.
I think it really represents New England
Pleasant
well.
blue.
Yeah.
Crushed
blue.
it.
Yeah. Jay in Indy says, I don't care who we play in the playoffs. If you want to
Yeah.
be the best, you have to beat the best. If we are one and done, then we must not be good enough. That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
I don't mind the opponent thing is whatever, but the whole take now that they'd be better off as a wild card team, that one bugs me.
Oh, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, now it would be they'd be better off losing the division and being the wild card team. I assume thinking that they would be the 5 seed going to Pittsburgh, and so that would be Pittsburgh is technically the weakest team in the playoffs, and so but like to me it's like that's just totally flawed logic. Like it's just a loser mentality. Like you want to win the division, you want to host a home playoff game.
Yes.
If you're the number 2 seed, then you could host the wild card round, the divisional round, and if Denver loses,
Right.
then the AFC Championship game.
Yep.
Right.
So like, why wouldn't you want that? You want to go on the road 3 straight
Yeah.
times to try to get to the Super Bowl?
What do you want?
No, he's saying if you're the number 2 seed,
No,
this-
Yeah.
do you want something?
Do I want something? Like,
Yeah,
who do I
yeah.
want to play?
Yeah, that's interesting. I agree with you, everything you said.
Yeah.
Which is why I think about these things.
Yeah, I just
I'd rather Buffalo and Denver have to play before I have to play either one of them.
right. I
good.
just don't understand the whole. I'd rather be and it all stems from Houston. Like everybody's so terrified of the Texans, and right now as it currently sits, 2-7 is Patriots Texans, and so everyone now is saying it would be better if they were actually a wild card team so that they could avoid the Texans, which I just think is like all sorts of.
They've played
flawed
great
logic.
defenses all year. It's short-sighted.
And
Like you said, you have to look beyond the first round.
ish. Like,
It is.
So you're going to lose on purpose so that you
Or-
can get Denver or get
if they're that
out
good
of
and
playing
you
Houston?
get lucky, you're eventually going to play Texans. So then you're going to lose eventually. So I don't know. I
it
just,
just-
it just, I don't like the narrative. I don't like the discussion. To me, it's a waste of time.
I agree with the discussion of like it's fun to break down which teams would present the biggest challenges. I think that's, but the whole lose to get the wild card instead of a division spot to me is just ass backwards.
Now I like the discussion. How do we get all home games? To me, that's a whole different thing. Like, You know,
Yeah.
how would we, as the number 2 seed, possibly get an AFC championship here?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well, you know what intrigues me a little bit? I might be alone on this, but like I like historical matchups, like repeat of historical matchups, things that you can connect. So, you know, like to the Bills, that would be really exciting to me to, you know, get to see those guys a third time. And, you know, like especially imagine the AFC championships here against the Bills. You know, and they need to go through you. Like
That would be
I like that
great.
historical
Oh,
stuff.
that would be
you know, whereas
awesome.
like
That'd be
you know,
so
and
stressful.
nothing to do with the teams, but you know, I know they played Jacksonville and Houston in the playoffs, but I don't know. It's hard to get up. But like I would get up for like going to Denver. Like you've seen those playoff
don't
games
wanna
and how
do
tough
that.
I'd be. You know,
It's
those.
terrifying.
So
I like those.
Let's just say the Patriots played the Bills in the AFC Championship game.
Oh.
What would be the more intense feeling? Beating them or losing to them?
Well, I think
I
generally
always
losing
hate
is more
losing.
intense feeling.
Yeah,
I
I always hate losing. Then winning to me is a relief.
Would
Yeah.
the elation,
Always has been.
would the elation
Yeah.
be better than the despair?
I want to say yes, but I always just feel like generally that losses just kind of eat away at you, and winning, like I don't know, Evan said, like just check the box, like good, won, forget about it, moving on. Like it's not like I bask in the glory of winning
No,
games. You
if
know?
we beat them here after everything we've been through the last couple years,
Everything
no.
we've been
No, you're right.
Yes.
No, see,
Yes.
absolutely.
We didn't even win a Super Bowl.
This
I
particular,
want confetti, okay?
this particular year, if you knock off the Bills to go to the Super Bowl, that's
Poetic.
That's better for me than losing to them, because who thought we were supposed to even be there?
Who
Yeah.
would have thought?
And now we're nipping at their heels. We'll get them next year.
Oh, I mean, the tears would be funny because I've been saying it all along. Like this should be Buffalo's year. If I'm Buffalo, I'm like looking at the line, at the field, saying who can't we beat? You know, we got the best
If the
quarterback
Bills
left.
lose
Like,
to the Patriots in the AFC Championship game, that's an abject disaster for Buffalo.
Or the more
like-
reason, like the elation's better.
Like
Yes.
an absolute failure. Like you were a lap ahead of the Patriots, and the Patriots somehow caught you and then knocked you out of the playoffs. That would be McDermott would get fired. Like that would be an absolute abject disaster if that were to happen.
do you think it'd be the same if they went to the Broncos and lost Buffalo? I mean, is it Super Bowl or bust this year for the McDermott regime, or do you think they'll have some grace even if they don't make the Super Bowl?
I think it's different if you lose to the Patriots because they hate the Patriots.
Yeah.
Like
it hurts more, but it's still like this is your chance. This is your window.
Yeah, but I
Bo
think
Nix.
I think it's different. I think the Patriots being a division of rival and the way they feel about the Patriots there in Buffalo, I think that losing to the Patriots in the playoffs would be DEFCON 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's make it happen.
All right.
Lead them.
I like
My
it.
friends in the mafia tell me that. Yeah.
The Bills Mafia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian writes in.
Friends in the mafia. Yeah.
Evan running around with like
He
a
says
crime
Paul has
family.
indicated in the past that he doesn't use nicknames for the people he's covering because he feels uncomfortable since he's not their friend. Therefore, I was heartened to hear Paul refer to John Stryker several times last week as Stretch. I can only conclude that Paul has struck up a friendship with Stryker.
Yep.
I wonder if there is a good meet cute story he can share with us. I also wonder if Coach Vrabel ever joins them when they're hanging out. Who knows? Maybe we'll be hearing references to Vraves in the near future.
Braves is funny.
Never met him. Never met Stryker.
Yeah.
You've never met him?
No, I only met him briefly at the combine. I talked
I'm
to him
not
for a
even
little
sure
while.
I've never
which
met him
one
either.
is,
He just
to be honest
lurks.
with
Oh,
you.
he's the tall one.
Yeah, there's another tall guy that
He's
I
around
get
all the time.
confused.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've never
to
met
be
him.
honest, I haven't seen. I
just
mean, he
talked
walks
to
into the
you-
locker room sometimes, but
Just talked to
You're
him
just-
yesterday.
So, but
Shooting
you're
the
you're
shit to
comfortable
them?
calling him Stretch?
I probably just made a mistake.
everybody calls him.
No, but that's
happens.
kind of his name.
Yeah, no, I probably made a mistake. I do. He's right. That email is 100% right.
I think this is a different situation. This isn't like
When I don't know the guy, I don't
Yeah.
generally call him by their nicknames.
but
and I don't
Well,
know
we
him.
knew
I don't
his
know
name
the
was Stretch
situation.
before we knew what his actual name is. Like he's very widely referred to across the entire organization here as Stretch.
Yeah, I think this
so
is
is
a
Demario
different-
Douglas.
I call
referred
him
to as Pop,
Demario.
and I don't.
You don't call him Pop.
No, until he came in and we kind of talked, and he said,
Bonded.
"Oh,
That
yeah,
was
no,"
the
he
meet
goes- he
cute
goes,
for ya.
everybody. He goes, everybody calls me Pop.
Yeah.
So I've been calling him Pop a little bit more often, but generally I call him Demario.
Yeah.
Because like I don't really
Talking about
you know,
Pop now.
They're not
Talking about Pop now.
I don't really know him all that well.
Play pop more.
No, Evan chiming in with
Well,
some football.
when we used to have the
Gave me a shout
paper,
out
I did.
yesterday.
I heard that. Thank you.
when we used to have the paper, I banned the writers from calling Parcells the Big Tuna or Tuna.
Smart.
That's yeah.
because he didn't like him. Yeah.
No, that's that's absolutely not true.
Could be. But he doesn't like it, does he?
Well, no one calls him that to his face.
Yeah.
You know, so I didn't think that we should in the paper.
Smart.
That's fair. Yeah. I wouldn't call like Vrabes in an article. I wouldn't write
No.
it that way.
It's just
God.
it's just unprofessional.
Yeah.
People are asking questions of the players, like, yeah, we heard Vrabes say earlier. That kind of,
Yeah.
bumps
If you're not a player or someone on the staff, I don't think you should say Braves.
Vrabes.
Let's see. Klaus Herbert from Austria writes in, first-time writer
Justin's
and
brother?
Patriots fan since the terrible loss of Super Bowl. What is that? 42. Yeah. In the beginning of the season, Evan especially was leaning towards hiring Ben Johnson rather than Vrabel as a head coach. What's your opinion today? Close to the end of the preseason. I think he means regular season. Would some of you think that Johnson might have been a better fit for the Patriots than Vrabel?
They both done great, so it's kind of hard to say honestly. I mean, I think I underestimated how much of a football mind Mike Vrabel was until I covered him and got to be around it a little bit closer. Even going back to his introductory press conference when he came in here and was talking, a little ball with us and stuff like that. I didn't realize that he had that type of acumen. I thought he was more of like a rah-rah coach, a guy that was going to come in and set the culture and get the troops all rallied up. But I think he's a brilliant football mind and probably underrated that a little bit with the Ben Johnson thing. So I think they kind of got they obviously got the right guy, but I think that they,
I think both teams
that
got
combination.
the right guy.
Yeah. But Ben Johnson's been a really good coach for Chicago also.
Now,
What's their culture been like there? Like, has it been as
Taking his
drastic?
shirt
Because we
off,
had
so-
such a drastic turnaround here.
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, his chops are obviously with designing offense and X's and O's, and I don't know what their culture is. I'm not there, but I think that it's hard to say because they both done really, really well.
Now, I think that if everything was reversed, if Vrabel went to Chicago and Ben Johnson came here, Vrabel would have to bring a strong offensive coordinator with him because you've got that young quarterback
Right.
that you're going to have. And I don't know if that's the type of coach Vrabel is. And if Ben Johnson came here, you wouldn't need such a strong offensive coordinator. But maybe you'd need a stronger defensive coordinator. I don't know.
And I think that that's really, why McDaniels has just been such a key hire for Vrabel.
Right.
They kind of had the best of both worlds. They got a tight pants guy, and they got the head coach that can lead the troops, and I think that that's really good. But like I said, I think I didn't cover him when he was with the Titans, so I didn't really know that in depth of what kind of football mind he is. But like even I think maybe not necessarily like offense scheming like Ben Johnson, but like technique things. Like, stances and getting off the ball and, different sort of things like that he is out there in practice. And we, watch the little bit of practice that we get to watch. And Vrabel's like out there, like in a pass set, like showing guys stuff. And he's out on the special teams field showing them things. And, he did it. He lived it. So I think that element of him is much, much better than I thought. Much more like Belichickian than I realized.
It's in a good package too. Like I find when he shares football knowledge, it's never overbearing. He never gets into the weeds. I think he just does enough to, subtly show you how much he knows. Like I've been surprised by it too, where he's able to talk about a lot of different positions with intelligence and experience. So, I mean, I don't know. I love Mike Vrabel. I wouldn't pick any other coach right now.
Same.
But Ben Johnson's done a great job. There is still part of me that wonders, like, is this always going to mesh well with him and Caleb Williams? Because they're both unique dudes. I mean, they both seem a little bit quirky, but big game for them this weekend against Green Bay, and chance for them to really cement their arrival.
Zach writes in, with all the talk about how easy our schedule is, I know, it's making me a bit jaded. I actually want to face the hardest possible lineup in the playoffs to silence all the haters. Houston in the wild card, rematch against Buffalo in the divisional round, Broncos in the AFC Championship game. Lastly, a win over the Rams in the Super Bowl to get our 7th ring. The media and fans with this loser mentality needs to stop.
I like it. That's quite a path, though, man. I mean, you beat those three teams.
That's just carnage.
That's not quite the same as when the early dynasty, but when you're beating MVP, you're beating an MVP in the divisional round, then you got to beat another MVP in the conference championship round. Back in those days when it was really hard, those were memorable games too. That the ones against like Houston and Jacksonville kind of fade from memory.
It doesn't matter. Like Paul Shows will tell you that the 2024 Celtics had an easy path, and that somehow puts an asterisk on the title. I did not celebrate that any less than I would of any other championship. Like, if they win a Super Bowl, you're not going to care who was in the way. You're going to celebrate it like they won a title no matter what.
No, it'll only matter if they don't win.
Sure.
I mean, if they win, no one cares who they beat. But if they don't win, you'd say, geez, if only, like when I was in New Orleans in '96 watching the Super Bowl the first time I went, I never once thought, geez, we're here, but it was pretty lucky that Jacksonville beat Denver for us.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're the last two standing, you're the last two standing.
But if they lost to Denver, that would be like, geez, it's too bad. Jacksonville had them on the ropes last week, too, and we would have beaten Jacksonville. Just like when the Patriots lost to Indy in '06. I know they would have beaten Chicago in the Super Bowl, but they didn't get there.
Right. Right.
It's too bad.
All right. 855-PATS-500 is the hotline. Let's see what people have to say who are calling. We'll go to Herm in D.C. What's up, Herm?
Hey, how's it going, fellas and ladies, of course?
Hey, Herm.
Doing okay.
Quick question. I feel like there's been a little bit of criticism surrounding my guy, Christian Gonzalez, and I wanted to find out from you guys what exactly the issue is, because I just looked it up. I think he played 637 snaps this year, and I think he only gave it one score. So, and I believe it was meant to be Paul yesterday, correct me if I'm wrong, that matter of fact, might have been on the day they lost to the Bills, had a little bit of criticism for Christian, that his guy was, I guess, uncovered a lot that game.
Yeah.
So I guess overall, my question is, one, what the critique is surrounding Christian Gonzalez, and then the second question I have for you guys was, I'm not sure. Obviously, you guys are as much guilty of it, to be honest with you. So it's not really directed towards you guys, but why how can I put this? I guess, thirst to separate might be strong, but to create some kind of division between Coach McDaniels or Coach Vrabel, right? Because I think we have to be careful when we do that, because Eric Bieniemy left Kansas City, and look how Patrick Mahomes is looking right now. And then Kellen Moore
He looks pretty good to me.
The Eagles, and look how Jalen Hurts is looking right now, right?
Yeah.
So,
No,
those are my two questions for you guys.
I get your bigger point. Is you don't want Drake Maye to get into that OC carousel that happens to a lot of teams. You want some continuity there, So,
yeah.
But the whole thing is the premise. Is there a division between Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels? That's what people are trying to drum up.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's true.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. All I look at is the proof in the pudding, and I mean, I think it would. I think they've done a good job though building that staff, and not just Thomas Brown and Ashton Grant, like two guys behind Josh that it feels like they're trying to build back to what Bill had here when you did lose guys, that you had people, built in. But I don't know where Josh is going to go. I don't know. It would be if there was division and Mike Vrabel didn't like him and wasn't happy with the performance this year, it would take some major cojones to fire a guy that's basically put Drake Maye into the MVP conversation. But hey, people love the soap opera, and that's part of following football.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's definitely the soap opera angle to the Gonzalez thing, because I feel like that was directed towards me because I've been kind of critical.
It could be directed towards all of us, I think.
A little bit. I think that where it stems from with Gonzalez is that I think he's a phenomenal player, and I've been a Christian Gonzalez guy since the beginning. Deuce and I had him number one on our big boards when they drafted him that year. Both of us did. So I know that he's capable, the level he is capable of playing at, which what I think we saw last year was, pretty close to that ceiling. And I just don't think he's been quite as good this season. Now, he didn't have a training camp. He's had this hamstring thing. Like, is it lingering? Is that all sort of at play here? Absolutely could be the case. But I would also say that I think the great corners make plays on the ball. They don't just run with one guy and take the guy out of the game. They're also turning the ball over. They're making big plays on third down. They're making plays that are impactful plays in the game. It's great that he can cover any receiver in football and he can stick with that guy in man-to-man for 4 quarters. That's a really valuable thing to have. But I think to get to that next level, you'd like to see him make some more plays on the football.
Yeah, like he did in the first Buffalo game, which, is an example of earlier in the season when he did do that. But I don't think we've seen it lately, and it hasn't been a murderer's row of receivers that he's been going up against. And, I tie it to what Vrabel said in these games. You need your best players to play the best. And he wasn't called on a lot, but sitting in the press box, we had a little different view of it, and you can see when guys are running away from him and getting open and then, dropping passes or the pass was too late and he bobbled it out of bounds. So, there were a few instances of that where, your best player isn't making plays and isn't doing anything to turn the momentum around.
Yeah.
Okay. We have an update about rivalry stuff.
Oh.
Josh in Turner's Falls says that Dick's has some stuff online. Going to get a jacket as I already have a jersey incoming.
Nice.
So get online to Dick's Sporting Goods and maybe you can get some stuff there.
I'd like to see the numbers for Drake jerseys that they've sold of that thing, because I've seen those everywhere, and he's number one in Pro Bowl voting. Like, I imagine that those are sold like hotcakes.
Let's go to Alex in San Diego. What's up, Alex?
Hey, guys. What's up? Happy holidays to you all.
Hey, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
Hey, I just had a friend bring this up to me the other day, and I was like, I didn't even realize he was a free agent. I know we are super thin, but thoughts on a potential Matthew Judon reunion? I love what he did for us. The guy was a beast, but I know he hasn't been the same player since leaving, and I just feel like this would kind of be like a James Harrison type of signing in like 2017. But yeah, just your guys' thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think he's
Matthew Judon.
I don't think he's quite the player he was. I just don't know if he's like better than Anthony Jennings right now in terms of what you would need for him. If you could tell me that he could come on and be a third down pass rusher and have some juice off of the edge, I would be interested. I don't know if he's that player anymore.
Is it true that he was literally the lowest ranked edge rusher in the league?
Yeah, he has 7 total quarterback pressures on the season, and he's been playing a decent amount for the Dolphins. I don't really understand. Like, I get it's a recognizable name, but you also have to remember, on top of the fact that Judon is probably 2 years removed from being what he once was. Like, it's a totally different regime in defense. Like, this is, this isn't like Bill's still here, and this is one of the guys that he, had a connection with and is bringing back. So I just don't really, from all angles, like, I don't really see like what Vrabel's tie to Judon would be, what Judon's production has been really the last 2 seasons. And like, Elliott Wolf deserves some credit for getting a 3rd-round pick for him, because
it's a great trade.
Yeah, because the guy's completely fallen off a cliff since the Patriots traded him.
But he had catch with the fans before the game.
he was a great player for
Love
the Patriots.
The guy,
but he hasn't been that guy in a long time.
And he wasn't that guy with the Patriots when he left either.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I think that trade was as remarkable as it was.
Yeah.
They got a 3rd-round pick for a guy who was clearly on the decline.
Okay. Yep. Christian in L.A. What's up, Christian?
Hey, you guys. Happy Thursday and happy holiday season to you guys. I'm a little worried, to be honest with you guys. I'm a little worried because there's some things that this team needs to prove. This team needs to prove that they have the mental toughness to bounce back from an absolute collapse of a loss. This team needs to prove that Drake Maye can play in the cold. This team needs to prove that Drake Maye can play clutch ball when it's needed. This team and McDaniels needs to prove that he can call a successful second half. 4 touchdowns. Only 4 touchdowns in the last 6 weeks. That seems to me like a paper lion. That seems to me like a
here we go.
team that made the playoffs instead of a playoff
Paper
team.
tiger.
So, Christian, let me ask you a question.
Hold on a second. Vrabel needs to prove he can stop his ex-best player, Derrick Henry, this weekend. Vrabel needs to show that he can call a complete defensive game for once this season. And if we can't do those things, guys, I guarantee you we're going to limp into the playoffs by hopefully beating 2 teams that would love to play spoiler before the playoffs. And against the Patriots. And if we can't do all that stuff, we're going to go into the playoffs and we're going to get bounced in the first round, and then we're going to get a high draft pick because we made it into the playoffs. And then next year, we're going to have that same regressive year that Washington had because they could not significantly improve throughout the draft.
All right. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves here, Chris. All right. So I agree. If they can't do all that stuff, we're in trouble.
Why are we expecting...
But if the Patriots lose this game, tight game, like by a point or two or 3 points, how will you feel?
If they prove those things, I didn't say they have to win. I said they have to prove some things, right?
Okay.
If they lose a tight game, that means the mental toughness was there to come back from the collapse.
Okay, at least you're rational.
But what if they? I mean, so if they do it in this game, they've proved it, and that's it. That's the truth now. If Drake Maye has one comeback, I think you're asking for perfection right now, Christian. This isn't a talented team to play that perfect. I don't think.
It's not a one-game thing. It's how we play. Again, we don't have to win, but if Drake Maye proves he can play in the cold by having a good game in the cold, yeah, I think he might be able to have good games from now on in the cold. You know, if Josh McDaniels can somehow finally put together a second half where we score a touchdown maybe, or field or keep the ball for more than like 2 minutes, then yeah, I'd be satisfied that we proved that he can do that. If Vrabel can call a good defensive game, the whole game, yes, I would be happy. We don't have to win. We just have to prove some things.
Well,
that makes sense?
So it's all going to come to realization in this game.
I guarantee you guys that if this doesn't happen next week, this team will be demoralized and will probably lose the game because we tend to play down the teams. You guys know that, especially Miami. We tend to really play down against Miami, and they would love to play spoil against us.
I don't know. A lot of people would say we played up this year, but yeah. No, okay, all right. Thanks, Christian. He's impassioned. He's
very impassioned.
I don't know if he's trolling us, but you know.
No, it's
reaction.
I feel like this, for some people, them winning 10 games in a row was like a really bad thing because I feel like the expectations for this season got really, really high because of how many games they won in a row. And like now all of a sudden, like if they do what Christian's doom and gloom scenario, now the whole regime is up in smoke because they didn't end this particular season being the first one under Mike Vrabel with a Super Bowl, like, you know, and so like now all of a sudden it's an abject failure where like this was undoubtedly a success if they win the division this year.
Yeah,
there's no like whether they win in the playoffs or not.
Right.
Yep, couldn't agree more.
There is one thing that stuck out that Christian said: if Mike Vrabel can stop Derrick Henry, like. I know it's cliche to say, well, Mike Vrabel isn't out there, but what if Mike Vrabel doesn't have the horses to stop Derrick Henry? You know, like, are you going to blame that on Mike Vrabel?
Oh, I know. Well,
you know, I think we have to be a little bit realistic. We should have hopes out to the moon. Like, I hope we win the Super Bowl, but we have to be a little bit realistic. We are ahead of schedule here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it now because Paul loves it. You know, you tell everybody, if I tell you all week that the Ravens stink and then the Patriots win, well, the Ravens stung you. But so I believe in the Ravens. I think they're, a very good team. And if the Patriots win this game, I mean, spoiler alert, I'm probably going to pick the Ravens. Yeah, I would prove a lot to the Patriots to be. I think this is a really tough spot for them to turn it around, to get up for Sunday Night Football on the road, national audience. You just lost. It's asking a lot. And like one more point I'll make is I think they've shown twice this season that they can bounce back a little bit from a loss. Yeah. So, I mean, they did bounce back and go down to Miami and, beat Tua for the first time down there. And, I know Carolina wasn't exactly a juggernaut, but they came home and they held serve, and that helped them go into the Buffalo game. So there's just a lot that he's asking for in this game. It seems like it's impossible to deliver all of it.
And I kind of forgot about it. As bad as Miami might have been at that time when we beat them, we had never done that with Tua before. Mm-hmm. We couldn't beat Tua in any team.
Or in Miami.
Yeah. Right.
It's always a hard place to play.
And we did. And however it transpired, however it came about, we ended up coming out with the W. So,
and just to illustrate how things have somehow changed, that now is now deemed to have been playing down to a team.
Right.
I don't know what other people thought. what are the games that they played down to? Because I think that any time that there was a close game with these bad teams, which there's been a handful,
like the Saints.
Oh, the Saints, the Falcons, the Bengals. There's a lot. The Dolphins. They played. Played down to the Raiders.
Yeah.
And lost.
Right.
Like, it's not playing down.
Yeah.
Like you went into the season thinking that they could make some progress and have a chance they should be able to take advantage of bad football and win some of these games. Now, when they only beat one of these teams by one score, it's playing down to them. Like, the roster hasn't changed. Like, you have the same amount of talent that you had coming into the season.
Probably less.
So I agree with Fred's premise. Like, I get that your expectations are rising. They should. They've won 11 games. I feel better about the team today than I did before the season started for obvious reasons. But that doesn't mean they magically are better than everybody. They're playing better than most of these teams, and that's how they were able to beat Atlanta and New Orleans and Cincinnati and Miami. And these games that could have gone either way, they played better than the other team when it mattered most. I'm not going to give up on the season if they lose to the Ravens. Let me know which Ravens team shows up. If the Ravens team shows up that played Pittsburgh 2 weeks ago, the Patriots are going to win because that team was disinterested and sloppy. They turned the ball over 5 times the week before that in a home game on Thanksgiving night against Cincinnati. Patriots are going to beat that team. That's the team they've beaten all year, the team that they make the mistakes, and the Patriots are there to take advantage of the mistakes. If Baltimore wants to play to its capability, the Patriots can play a good game and lose because Baltimore has talent. To Mike's point about this is going to be an impressive win. Let me know which Baltimore team shows up. Because the Patriots team that shows up, they're pretty much the same team shows up every week. It's pretty good. It ain't great. It's flawed.
Right.
But they're pretty good consistently every week.
Yeah.
The other thing that's starting to irk me, and I did some research on this morning, the whole fourth quarter comeback thing. Like, now all of a sudden that is like what makes a good quarterback,
That's
right?
the barometer.
Is you have, and it's such a like arbitrary, like you have to be trailing in the fourth quarter, and like it has to be like you did it, like, so like he doesn't get credit for Antonio Gibson's kickoff return touchdown against Miami because
that's his one.
Because that's in the other direction, right? Like that's not a Drake May touchdown drive, so it doesn't count. And then last year he puts them up on the Colts in that game against Anthony Richardson. He did drive them down the field to score and take the lead, and the defense gave it right back, and they win the game on the 2-point conversion. So he doesn't get credit for that, even though he put them in the position to win the football game. Then down in Tennessee, he makes one of the plays of the year to get them into overtime. And yeah, he threw the pick in overtime that lost him the game, but he doesn't, there's all this context of all these situations.
My bigger thing for that whole narrative is that, give me the dozen examples that he failed. Oh, you can't? Because there weren't any? Oh, I got it. Sunday, they had a chance to do it. He didn't do it. Okay, so that's it? He can't do it?
Yeah.
And Evan's right. That's kind of the narrative that's bubbling under the surface.
Yeah,
he hasn't had a lot of chances to do it.
Right. So I actually did this because I'm a nerd and this is what I do. But I broke it up between when did he have an opportunity in the fourth quarter in a 1-score game to take the lead or win the football game versus last year, he's down to the Texans by 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Well, he didn't make a fourth quarter comeback,
I'm even taking last year out.
Arizona's 23-3 in the fourth quarter. Was he supposed to come back for that?
I'm just going by this year. They've had the lead in the fourth quarter of all these games. It's not it's not his fault that he hasn't had to come from behind. As a matter of fact, it's to his credit that he's had the team in position to have the lead in the fourth quarter.
That's sort of the point I'm making is it's we're talking about 3 games where you could have this argument that he didn't come through in the clutch, and that's supposed to now define him.
Right.
That,
now, and to Chris's point, he does it once, and now he's proven he done it, and now it's just that's
what
what's
saying.
happening.
I'm not
going to
feel any differently if they do it.
Yeah.
But let's say that they have the same situation that they had against Buffalo in Baltimore, down 4, 3 minutes left, and he doesn't do it. And then they go to the playoff, same thing happens. Well, now I might look at it and say, there's something missing there. Give me a handful of examples where he had a chance and didn't do it. Right now, to my mind's eye, he's had one.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
And by the way, it couldn't have come at a worse time in the midst of an epic collapse by the team.
Yeah.
You know, momentum was huge at that time.
Yeah, and he doesn't get, the week 5 game, it was tied.
Yeah.
So now that's not a fourth quarter comeback. It's just a game-winning drive. So now that
he's gotten
I
plenty
think
of points.
credit.
He's gotten plenty of points for that one.
But I just feel like it's just a very arbitrary thing that just like sometimes lacks a large sample size, but B, like a lot of context, like of like what was going on in the game.
Not entirely the same thing, but how do you feel about that's like the narrative of Lamar can't win the big one? Lamar can't get to the Super Bowl. It's different, but
I'll
similar
give you an
line
example.
of
In 19, when people started talking like that, I pushed back. I don't push back anymore.
the sample
He hasn't been in the
size.
Super Bowl.
Right. Now the sample size is bigger.
Is the reason. I do push back a little with Josh Allen because he plays out of his mind and his team finds a way to lose.
Right.
That's not the same. Like last year, everybody's like, well, Mark Andrews dropped a 2-point conversion. Well, maybe if Lamar did turn it over 3 times, they wouldn't have needed the 2-point conversion to tie it. And I love Lamar Jackson. I think he's a tremendous player. But facts are facts. He hasn't been as good in the postseason as he is in the regular season.
Right.
Josh Allen is. He is. He plays he's 7-6 or something like that in his postseason games. But look at his numbers.
Well,
he's better in the postseason.
The thing with Drake is people want to right now decide whether or not he's truly an elite quarterback, one of the greats.
Yeah.
And they want the evidence. And you're not going to get it this early in his career. No. You just don't know. I mean, as great as Tom Brady was, people were
trying to go out the side door.
As great as Tom Brady was early in his career, there were some people that said, "Oh, they extended him too early."
Yeah.
We don't know yet.
Well, it is it is the ultimate unfair comparison to compare him to Brady, who had an innate sense, could kind of do it from the get-go, and that was his superpower. That's what to me made him the greatest of all time. Was when the game was on the line, you knew that there was nobody better, and you were going to have to bury him twice.
In his second start at home, his second career start at home, he had an opportunity to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes guys just have more chances in whatever happens. And I'm not suggesting that Maye's going to be better than Brady in crunch time, because that would have to be significant, to be like those guys.
What's kind of funny? Like, similar comparison is Vinatieri and Gostowski, where, like, Gostowski was never really put in the position to kick the, he can't kick the game winner. Well, he didn't have to kick.
It's a good example. How many did he miss?
Until he was.
Until he was.
Yeah.
But yes, that was very similar. Right. The first couple of years of Gostowski's career, he didn't have those opportunities.
Yeah. I mean, I think the 06 Chargers game I was at, I remember that one he nailed was good. Wasn't, they still had a chance, but same thing. You're spoiled by Vinatieri and his clutch ability to make kicks in the snow, and, clock expires and we win. But Gostowski wasn't really put in that position early.
Travis in West Virginia, about Christian in L.A., he said, he's not trolling you. Stop. You've been brainwashed by boring, uninteresting callers who regurgitate the same old talking points, so you're unable to recognize the brilliance of someone with an original and entertaining point of view.
Wow.
Chris says, shut down the team, shut down PU, shut down everything. Our draft pick is too late in the first round to recover. I denounce my fanhood. Mr. Kraft, please submit the paperwork needed to have the Patriots removed from the NFL. We are only 11-4. We obviously can't enjoy this at all and need the freedom from the pain of the season.
I'm pissed Evan left because I wanted to ask him. I was looking at Cincinnati right now. I think they're like 4-11, 4-12, something like that. And like, to me, they're such on that cusp of like, you're not going anywhere. Like, wouldn't you like to get like into the top 5? Like, I don't know, maybe we put Burrow out and, like sit Jamar Chase. I don't know. I just thought of him when I saw them in the standings. Like, what are they're going to try to win this weekend and like try to get another elite weapon.
Dan in Virginia and Michigan, Paul isn't getting enough recognition for shutting down Christian in L.A. in the pregame show this past week, and he definitely needs more flowers or maybe a new car. So. No, listen, Christian did it again. He brought it.
Got us talking.
Get people talking. That's great.
Yeah, don't have to agree with him, but
James Pettigrew, the most interesting Patriots fan in the world, says, to me, the window is open when we win our first Super Bowl. We have dynasty windows here in New England, not AFC championship windows like the Bills. Well, listen, I think we have to reset, though. I mean, I think it's almost disrespectful to expect us to do what the dynasty did. Yeah. Like, if we get to the AFC championship this year and we lost it, I'd be very, very excited about next year.
Oh, boy.
Like, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I would just continue my caveat of you've got to continue to really improve. And, now teams are going to be gunning for you. And I don't want to overreact to the Bills game, but there were some places in that game where I said, this guy that I felt okay with, maybe during the win streak, you're starting to see that when you get into crunch time, you're going to need some more talent in some more key spots. And it's not their fault. Like, this is the start of the process. I think they did great in free agency in the draft last year. But next year, they might have to be better with less resources and maybe a little bit more targeted. And to the point of that last emailer, you're probably going to be picking low. So you're not, for the first time since drafted, Mac Jones, I guess, would be the first one. Like, you're not going to have a top half of the first round pick this year, probably. And you're going to have to make the best of it.
Let's go to Kevin in Nashville. What's up, Kevin?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
I am honored to follow a crash out from Christian in LA for my first call, so thank you for taking it.
Nice.
Perfect.
I got 2 questions, if that's all right.
Okay.
Wanted to ask this one on Catch 22. Wasn't able to call in yesterday. Regarding the Ravens defense, specifically how good Kyle Hamilton is kind of as a big nickel for disguising the defenses. Given kind of the adjustment struggles we saw from the offense last week in the second half, are we concerned at all, maybe medium C, about Drake and kind of the offense as a whole, their ability to, I guess, adjust to the fluidity of Baltimore's disguised defense? And if so, what do we think is the best approach for countering that? More window dressing or motions to hopefully trick them, or maybe take a progression approach to take some of that pre-snap reading pressure off of Drake. And second question is, I couldn't recall if the pre- and post-game shows were active for the 21 loss in Buffalo. If we end up having to go on the road for the playoffs, which seems more and more likely as we get closer to the end, are Paul, Deuce, and Kwani going to travel with the team and do the shows? And even more importantly, how much Diet Pepsi is it going to take to get Paul adjusted?
We'll need a
to
separate
travel
plane.
again?
No,
We'll
here at home
do
base.
the shows as normal here.
Yeah. We'll still have the shows. We'll do it now. If we go to the Super Bowl, it's all hands on deck.
Yeah.
We'll
do
that's
the,
different.
PUs will be live.
Where do you do pre-post game Super Bowl? Where does that work?
So it's something that we're going to have to talk about because we've never really
We've never done a pre and post game.
We've never done it normal
What
at
did you
the Super
guys
Bowl.
do in Germany?
We flew back and we did it from here.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you weren't there for the game.
It's like 7:30.
Okay.
Which, I mean, that could be in play too. I don't know, but we've never been able to.
You're really hammering this Deuce is never going to Super Bowl thing,
it's
huh?
hard. No, you'll get the Super Bowl experience. 'Cause like Fred said, it's all hands on deck.
Super Bowl's
assume
tough because it's just to get into the press box,
right?
And now you got to find a space to broadcast from.
And you need to be there hours.
So it's tough, and plus, Super Bowl has a lot of pregame stuff going on TV. You're coming up against that. It's.
Be a big
I think
discussion.
we're okay. I've never had any complaints that, you didn't have a pregame show in the Super Bowl. Never heard one complaint about that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You maybe do it like the day before or the the
we
morning.
we have shows throughout the week.
Oh, right,
Special shows, special edition.
Yeah, we'll do Wednesday. Maybe we'll do an extra one on Friday that week.
I think we've even done
We did Saturday one week, and
you didn't like that.
We're still mad at you for that. And Fred apologized about 10 minutes into the show.
Yeah, as you get closer.
How are the ratings on a Saturday?
It wasn't good.
Live and learn.
But you try it.
Hello?
You try it.
Is this on?
As you get closer to the Super Bowl, people are not focusing on you. There's so much going on.
So much
Yeah.
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
Right.
I'll do my
Thanks,
best.
Kevin.
I'll do my best to jump into Kevin's scheme question because Evan and I talked a little bit on the pregame and or the preview that we taped earlier. I think it is interesting. I mean, by the numbers, the Ravens are a man coverage, single high kind of team. But as I think Paul said, they got Gilman in. They drafted Starks, so they have those 2 high safeties now. So they can put Hamilton in the box, and I think that was a big part of where their defense started to really get better. I would just say generally, if the Ravens try to play a lot of cover 2, like the Bills did in the second half, the Patriots have to figure out a way to run the ball. They got to run on the light box and get them out of the cover 2. But I think it's a smart play because, as Evan pointed out, Drake's superpower is pushing the ball down the field and making those plays. I wish Evan was here. He talked to Kayshon Boutte yesterday about the coverage in the second half, and he was kind of lamenting that it really hurt their deep passing game. So I think they'll see more of it, even though the Ravens tend to play a little bit more up high. But they have the personnel to do it, and Kyle Hamilton going against Hunter Henry, that's a good matchup for them. And I'd say the same thing about Humphrey and Diggs in the slot. That those two guys can stick, so they're going to have to find other ways.
Short answer for me is, I'm worried about the Baltimore defense.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, let's take a break. We have more to do. We have picks, so we got to hurry. But we'll take that break, and we'll be right back.
Whether you're in the game or betting on the game, you'll need a game plan. DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the New England Patriots, provides you with everything you need to build your personal betting game plan so you can get in on all the action while practicing safe bets. Visit DraftKings.com/responsible-gaming to learn more about all the safe betting tools DraftKings has to offer. Hope is here, 800-327-5050 or gamblinghelplinema.org. Must be 21 plus. Play it smart from the start. GameSenseMA.com. Physically present in Massachusetts. See DraftKings.com/responsible-gaming for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources.
Isn't it time to get exactly what you want? Welcome to Red Hot Deal Days from Verizon, where you get your pick of our best deals. Like My Plan, where you can pick the perks you want and save on every one. For limited time, bring your own phones to a Verizon store and you can get My Plan for our best price ever. Get exactly what you want in your phone plan and only pay for what you need. Bring your phones to your Verizon store today and get My Plan. These deals won't last. It's your Verizon.
With FedEx One Rate, you can ship to your student for a simple, predictable flat rate. Send a box full of home-baked treats that say, "Your father and I miss you." Or send a box full of instant noodles that says, "Your father and I would like you to stop asking us for money." Either way, one rate fits all. FedEx One Rate. 2-day shipping, one flat rate. Starting at $14.50. Visit FedEx.com/OneRate for details. Exclusions apply.
If you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right.
DraftKings is all about responsible gaming. It's more fun when it's for fun. So play responsibly. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction.
What's going on, y'all?
What's up, Terrell? Williams, I've been watching you here today. So I'm wondering, it's like seeing him around.
Yeah, Coach T, it's awesome seeing him around. Anytime he's around, it brings joy to us. It brings joy to the locker room. It brings joy to see his face, see how he's doing, and just praying for him. And he's continuing to fight. And what a story. And it's been something for us to rally around and somebody to care about. And another thing that's just bigger than football. And just props to him for seeing me in here a couple times throughout the year. And it's been cool to see.
Drake, I know he's obviously worked with the defense and is here when he can be. But do you guys have any kind of personal connection or something you talk about him with, anything specific to your relationship?
Yeah, I got to know his son well. He was around training camp a lot, so I know he's a big hockey player, and it's been cool for Coach T someone on the defense side of the ball to be able to relate with in life, and we kind of told our stories kind of to get to know each other early on in the year, and he had a great story and coming from his background, and I think he relates to players well. Everybody that I've talked to from he was in Detroit and in Tennessee, everybody loves him, and he's easy to care about, and I think he'd be awesome to have around more. But obviously, he's dealing with things that are, like I said, bigger than football, and just looking forward to having him back whenever that is. And I think he's just brings joy to the locker room.
We were talking the National Football League. You're not going to win every game. What's your just general thought on bouncing back at facing adversity and how you go about doing it?
Yeah, obviously it stings. It stings when you don't come up on the winning side. But what I've tried to learn in this league is it's on to the next week. Next week's just as important as the last week and the week before that, and it's every week's important and it matters. And just trying to play to my best ability and fix the things that I can fix and make plays and try to fix plays that I wish I had back and try to let it not happen again. But at the same time, I think there's some good things we did from last game, but also some things we got to improve on to be better down the road and be better against the Ravens this week. And we got a tough challenge, and they're a good defense, and they're a good football team with a great quarterback. So they're a tough challenge, and just trying to learn every week and store things in my memory bank to use them again down the road.
Right. I'm curious because you had your scheduled primetime games this season, but this was one where you were taken out of the initial spot. You guys were in and moved to primetime where more eyes will be on you. Is there an extra level of excitement to know that, they wanted you in that spot, they wanted the Patriots to be playing in that moment?
that's what you play for. That's what we're trying to play for many years down the road. Trying to be the team that people want to see at night, and people want to see when the only game on is us. That's what you want this environment to be. That's what you want the New England Patriots to be, playing on night games that matter, and home playoff games, and that's what we're building towards and working towards, and that's one of the goals. So we're keep trying to get there and do whatever we can to get there, and it starts in practice out here today and tomorrow, and each and every day. I think it's one of the tough things at the end of the thing is week 16, is trying not to battle and not kind of tailing off and taking shortcuts. Just try to, keep going and do things a little more, study a little more, do a little bit more after practice, just to try to make up for the 16 weeks that you put on your body, and know that these weeks are the weeks that you play the last 14 games for.
Drake, do you expect to see some of the things the Bills were successful doing to you, mostly in the second half? Other teams trying to copy that, and have you been working to kind of work out whatever those issues were?
Well, I'm sure teams try to do whatever other defenses try to do to quote unquote stopped us or felt like worked. So you try to not overlook that and realize that these teams are going to be who they are, and I've practiced all year long, but you never know until you really get out there and snap the football and see. But obviously we're trying to work on things that we can control and control on details, and me making throws and better ball placement and better decisions, and that's what we can control, and let the rest sort itself out.
Do you care about the MVP conversation?
The MVP it's obviously one of the big accolades for this league, and it's something that it's an honor as a player to earn their award, and I respect all the past MVPs, but I think at the end of the day, winning the Super Bowl is the biggest thing, and I think it's what kind of makes this league go is winning the big one, and that's what you work towards, and that's what this game's about. I love winning, and the personal accolades come with all that, but I'd rather win than win personal awards, and I hope people in that locker room, I know a lot of them feel the same way.
Say a scouting report on Marty Camp.
One more time.
You give us a scouting report on Marty.
Yeah, I played with him my last year in college. He's a great guy in the locker room. He's good on the edge. He's fast. He's played inside a little bit. He's played on the edge. Played inside of Florida State, if I remember, in college, and now he moved to the edge once he got to North Carolina. So I know he's with Vegas, and good to see him back. And I think everybody's just trying to see just to help us, whether it's on game day or throughout practice or whatever he can do. I know he's going to work hard, and I know he's got good work ethic.
Great. But when the long ball opportunity potentially is there, do you ever have to fight against your own tendency to take a shorter, easier option?
Yeah, that's what I've been battling. Probably since college. Since college, I was more down the field, and it's not even trying to force that. It's kind of the offense I was in, and the backs weren't getting out. They were more blocking in college, so I'm just trying to take the plays that the defense gives me and realize that moving the chains and being in 2nd and 4 versus 2nd and 10 is better. So just challenging that, but at the same time you got to keep the defense on his toes for not squatting on routes and let them know that we can hit one over their head.
Going back to the design routes in the red zone last week, just how did that kind of come about, and how do you feel about doing that a little bit more moving forward?
Yeah, we tried them previous weeks. They just haven't worked as well as it did on Sunday. So it's something that makes it even down there when when it gets tight. It's 11 on 11, and it's something that you can get an extra hat versus me just handing it off and watching. So it's something you can use, but also you gotta be smart. These defenses are good, and now these guys.
And now, great moments in history.
Final one. Outside of football, I am also an author.
Martellus Bennett.
No.
I'm out.
I care deeply about my charitable foundation. It could be a lot of them, right?
Yeah.
What, Eric?
Who doesn't
know?
Yeah, never mind.
Why?
Oh. Never mind.
Eric. And I have a slutty cat, and I like to eat sawdust.
What?
Eric Scalabino.
Yeah. Slutty cat. Slutty cat.
Good, Cody. Good.
Screw you, Cody. I didn't know that about your cat.
Yeah.
She
Real
gets
slut.
No,
He doesn't let the cat in. I mean, that's the problem.
Sleep on the streets.
It's not really his cat.
I do let her in.
But it's not your cat.
Well, she's a stray. I just take care of her.
But why don't you just take her in?
I do let her in.
Get her some
No,
shots.
I mean to make her your
Here we
cat.
go.
Make it your cat. I don't mean just like 5 minutes.
Cody, if you were here, I would beat the crap out of you right now.
You know,
Thanks for
like,
starting this nonsense.
Great game, Cody. Good job.
Like he's trying to play,
Yeah.
No,
but he needs to either
word games with him. I mean,
You shut up, too.
make the cat yours. Give the cat a home.
She has a home. She got chewed up ears.
Well, then
like
she's
real
not a
stray
stray.
cat. No.
You called her a stray.
She was a stray. And
Now
now
she
she
has
lives
a
in my
home.
house.
She lives in your house now? So you did take her in.
Yeah. Yes, years ago, Fred.
Okay.
Got
That's
her-
not
He
the
cares.
Yeah. He got her the shots. all the
CBS
shots.
cares.
What's the cat's name?
Let's not go into
You don't have a name because you didn't take her in.
I did have.
No,
I
you
do
don't
have
even
a name.
have a name for the cat.
I do have a name,
What's
and
the
I've
name?
I've told you before, and you all laughed.
Nutmeg.
What is it?
No, Mozart.
Mozart.
Mittens.
Mozart.
And you said, of course it is.
Snowball. I said that.
Which
One
movement?
of you did.
Which movement of Mozart?
I hate you all.
Uh-oh. What happened? Are we ready? Are we on the air? I don't know.
We are on the air, Fred, and
Okay.
it's time for the Copilot Question of the Week, presented by Microsoft Copilot, where every day is game day and where every decision is powered by insight and innovation. Microsoft technology helps to make decisions faster, insight sharper, and strategies more adaptive. All right, guys, we're talking Ravens this week. Paul, it's a little bit directed towards you. How many times did the Patriots and Ravens have to play before the Ravens finally beat the Patriots? This is, of course, 1996, Cleveland to Baltimore. So starting in 1996, how many times did they play? Patriots won quite a few of the first matchups. How many and what was the first Ravens victory over the New England Patriots?
What was the first Ravens victory over the New England Patriots?
Start there. It's a memorable one.
Was it the playoff game in 09?
Yeah.
Wow, good, Paul.
Yeah.
33-14.
That was how long it took.
I'm going to say the Ravens won 7. I mean, the Patriots won 7 in a row before
7.
that.
Close. 5. 5 times.
All right, so 96, 46, 38.
Oh, here we go.
Exactly.
99.
Yep.
20-3.
Correct. Jesus.
Come
Come on, baby. It's rainy. It's a rainy
No.
one.
I'm trying to think, was it 03 or 04? I'm going to say 04.
Right.
And that ended up being a blowout because there was like a Jarvis Green fumble recovery in the end zone.
Yep.
24
Yes.
to 3?
Yes.
Wow. Again?
You're right. You got 2 more, Paul. You got 2 more.
All right, so
You're 2 away.
04. What else?
Next one's pretty famous.
Okay, 07 at Baltimore. Rex Ryan timeout.
Bart
It'll be
Scott
hard
throwing the flag into the stands.
Game ends with a Kyle Bowler Hail Mary that fell about 4 yards short, that completed, fell about 4 yards short of the end zone. I can't think of the score of the game, though, but Jabbar Gaffney late touchdown to win it. I just can't think of the score.
27-24. One more.
All right, so that was 07. I'm going to say they played in the 09 regular season here.
Correct.
Might it have been no, it wouldn't have been the second iteration of Deion Branch.
No, not yet.
No.
But you're right.
Can't think of the score.
27-21.
27. It's a Derek Mason game.
Is that the game where?
Look at the scoreboard, Mason. That was
There
that
you go.
game.
Yeah.
Right.
This was like.
Shut the bleep up, Mason. Look at the scoreboard.
I just set this one up and you knocked it down, Paul. That was, I think that might have been my most impressive performance by you. I thought you'd remember the 96 one. I didn't think you'd get the exact score. Drew Bledsoe, 25 for 39, 310, 4 tutties.
Why do you think I remember the game?
I tried to tee him up for that.
I
96
believe Larry
season,
Wiggum may have had a block punt return for a touchdown in that game.
Yes, Brewski, I think. Maybe
Brewski got the touchdown?
Yeah, Brewski
Wiggum
got the
blocked
touchdown.
it?
Correct. This guy. Look at the brain on Brad. All right, I'm going to run to the locker room so I
If
can
only he
get
could
in
use
before
his
picks, all right?
powers for
You're gonna run to the
money.
locker room.
I got to check on the boys. I have to
You
lead
have
them.
12 minutes, you know.
I'll be back.
What is it?
Remind me when you
do?
come back. I have a bone to pick with you about yesterday's trip to the locker room, but I'll wait till you come back.
Oh boy.
reporter social
What's
hour.
he gonna do in 12 minutes? It takes him.
You get a vibe check.
It takes you 2 minutes to get there, 2 minutes to get back. So now he has 8 minutes left.
And that's if they let you in on time.
Right.
You might be standing outside the door.
What's he
a little
doing
while.
in there?
I'm a little worried about you.
He
You're
just
a little-
waves
you're
to
a little
people and
cranky.
then leaves.
It's reporter social hour.
Exactly. Who's in there working?
Evan.
I'm going to give Fred more logs to throw on the fire. So yesterday he comes in. Basically Wednesday is just to check in with Steph Diggs,
Deuce. Yeah. Okay.
right? When Mike,
Well,
yeah,
Deuce
Diggs
does
talks
his
on
podium.
Wednesdays, right?
Deuce
So-
and I had to talk to Marcus Jones about something too. So there was a little meeting yesterday.
No, but I mean yesterday Wednesdays when he goes, it's generally because Diggs talks every Wednesday.
Has to hold the
You know,
mic.
how was Diggs? Now, Diggs, I think, for the first time, showed a little sign after a loss. I think he did fine. I'm not trying to make a Felger and Maz out of it, but there was a little sign of, I think he said bleep, I don't know, like I always want the ball, or, he got back to saying, like, we have a lot of good players and we gotta find a way to get, everybody, but how the questions were about how are you dealing with maybe a lesser role, limited playing time. And he kind of said, it's been an adjustment. Mike didn't really give us any of that stuff. I heard all those quotes when I was on the radio later.
Yeah.
So that's the bone I have to pick with Douche yesterday.
Let's do it. When
To
he
be
comes
fair,
back.
those dig scrums are packed. They're intense. Like most
you
of the time,
can't
you're just
really-
holding your hand,
You
praying.
can't really
you're-
hear what he says.
Yeah,
'Cause
not really.
That's happened to me millions of times.
They're tough.
Spee in Fresno writes in, I'm in lockstep with Paul's takes and how he arrived at them regarding the different reasons for Lamar and Josh Allen's postseason losses. Evan's annoyance, Ari complaints about Drake's lack of comeback charges in crunch time, is justified if he's responding to people who think the case is closed on Drake's ability there. The case is not closed. Like I wrote yesterday, Drake is 0-1. But Evan is out of his mind, skewing things to view Drake positively now when he discounts the real importance of late-game comeback charges. Name me 3 great Super Bowl winning quarterbacks who didn't consistently lead those throughout their career. I'll spot you one, Aaron Rodgers.
I was going to say I only have one, and that's it.
Yeah.
He's the only one who won a Super Bowl and really wasn't great in those situations.
Yeah. No, I agree with Spee. Great quarterbacks are usually made great by those moments.
I agree.
So you have to have those moments in your career. But again, we're not even getting
It will
started
come.
here.
It will come.
And I thought Spee gave those details.
Yeah.
It'll come.
Yeah.
He'll have chances to do it, and then then we might change. Hopefully for the better. But if it's not, then you got to sort of change the way you look at things.
Curtis in St. Louis, correct me if I'm wrong. He says if the Patriots win the next 2 games and Buffalo loses at least one, that's the earliest the Patriots can clinch the division.
That is correct.
That's correct. Second question, outside of Drake.
In other words, a win for the Patriots this week and a loss for Buffalo does not clinch the division.
Right. Second question, outside of Drake Maye, which player that was on this team last year has taken the biggest leap?
Which player that was on it besides Drake Maye?
Yeah, besides Drake Maye.
Marcus Jones.
Yeah,
I
that's
think he's
a good
had a
one.
great year. I don't know if it's that big of a leap, but
I think I think that's a good one.
I think
Alex.
he's gotten the most recognition certainly now.
I think that's a good one. Maybe Booty.
Yeah,
That's a good
another
one, too.
That's a real good one. Yeah.
But I like Marcus Jones better than Keyshawn Booty. Not the player. I'm saying the example. In
As in this
as the example
situation.
of bigger leap. Well, I'm trying to think of who else was around last year that's played really well.
I think Marcus has done a lot for his reputation as a defender too. Like he was always just really revered for what he does in special teams, but I think he now has a lot of respect as a slot corner.
I know speaking just for myself, I would say I would put myself in that category. I have not necessarily been a huge believer of him as a corner. I think he's had a really good year as a corner this year.
Yeah, I think that covers it in terms of guys who were here last year and making significant leaps.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the like the names of all the, Stevenson, Henry. These are no huge leaps there. Owenu's been better, but no huge leap.
What's going on with Hooper and his production?
Hooper, the tight ends have sort of kind of disappeared a lot. Yeah, I wonder about his, because remember he had to miss a little time with his injury. I wonder if he's banged up a little bit too. But he's had a good year.
Yeah.
Hooper's had a good year.
Lately?
No, but I mean, Henry didn't do anything lately either.
Are teams paying more attention to the tight ends or something? Or
That's what I'm thinking, is they're getting defended a little bit differently.
because last year Hunter and Hooper were, I think they ended the year as the best tight end tandem. So I don't know. Maybe they were just getting more attention, or
could be. But usually, earlier he was good for like those, 2 catches a game that were,
for sure
key catches.
Yep.
And I'm not seeing that now. Nelson's in L.A. What's up, Nelson?
Hey, what's up, guys? How we doing?
Good.
Man, we're doing good, bro. We lost this week, but I'm excited for the next game coming up. Like you're saying, I'm not trying to hype for no team. Let's get it going on.
That's right.
We're going to get going.
I like it.
And how y'all doing, though? I like hearing your radio, you know. All the time I hear you, I can't call all the time because I work night shift, but I hear it all the time, though.
Got to pay the bills. I hear you.
Yeah, and we're here, and you can always listen to us later on the podcast.
But,
I do. Don't get it wrong. I haven't been calling, but, you know, I hear you all the time.
Yep. That's great. Appreciate that, Nelson. You've spread the word, too, out in L.A. Thank you for the call. Kyle has an over-under game while we wait for Deuce to get back in 5 minutes. No, I'm only kidding. Drake Maye, passing yards, 250.5. Over.
Under.
Oh.
300-yard game.
That's right. Drake Maye, passing touchdowns, 2.5.
Under.
Well, I said
I'll say
over.
under.
He's getting 300.
We're going to have some rushing touchdowns, too.
Oh, well, that's passing touchdowns.
That's right. That's why I say, by saying under 2.5 doesn't mean
I'm going to say
it's
over.
not going to be a
I
good
want
game.
the receivers back involved.
Okay. Henderson, rushing yards, 75.5. Henderson.
I'm going to say under.
He'll make like one play and get that. He's so tricky.
I know.
He got me on that 2 weeks ago. The number that we had was like 64.5.
Yeah.
And like his last carry of the night, he went 26 yards against the Giants, and he got 65.
There you go.
I was like,
That's
that's a
something.
killer.
Yeah, I think it's going to be split, so I'm going to say under. Henderson rushing touchdowns, 1.5.
Under.
Yeah. Henry rushing yards. For them.
Oh.
I'm like Hunter Henry.
I know.
Derrick Henry rushing yards, 75.5.
It's a good number.
I'm going to say over.
I say over.
Yeah, but right around that.
Was
I don't
last
think
week
he's going
his
to have a
first?
huge
Was
game.
last week his first 100-yard rushing game in a while or something?
I don't know. I can look that up.
While you're looking that up, total score, 45.5.
Over.
Over.
I'm going to say under, based on what my score prediction is going to be.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's had a few. Like he had 94 the game before that. Then he had 60, 64 in those two games between. And then 103, 75, 119, 71, 122. So he's been back and forth a little bit.
And Kyle's prediction is Patriots 31-17.
Love it.
There you go. Let's see. Yuri writes in, first and foremost, happy Christmas. Well, we're getting to that time, right? Almost there. What's today? The 17th? 18th.
Wow, less than a week. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
It's a week from
No.
today.
I am ready.
Are you ready? You're
Yeah.
all set?
Yeah.
Now, when you say ready,
mean
is that
Beth
just
is all
presents?
set?
Well, I got everything wrapped already.
What about food?
You
all set
wrap
with the
things?
food?
Personally?
Yeah.
I bet you he's a good rapper.
Do I just?
Are you good at it?
I am not.
Well, I saw what
No?
Evan has for Yankee Swap and the way it was wrapped it, and it's.
You already saw his present?
Yeah, he made me bring it up to
You're not
Red.
so-
No, I didn't see the present. I saw the wrapped
Yeah, but
gift.
you now know which one is his.
That's true. I want to know because I don't want to pick his. It could get stolen from me anyways.
You're
I
not
don't know what
supposed
it
to know
is.
who brought what, right? Isn't that part of it?
Yeah, but when he sits next to me
But
and
it's
he's
wrapped.
lazy and doesn't want to walk up to the suite to
he's
drop it off,
He really is.
The fact that
something
he even lies in
He
a
was like-
yoga mat is, you know.
he was like, "Are you going to bring your gift?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to take a walk up there." He's like, "Great." I was like, "You want to come?" He's like, "No, but I want you to take mine."
Yeah, so Mike and I, this first thing this morning, we both
I'm, like,
walked up
excited to
and
get the
dropped them
steps
off.
in,
and
take
we
a
weren't
nice
the first
walk.
ones. There was a bunch already.
Yeah, there
in
was a
there.
lot up there.
Yuri's question is there any possibility the Dynasty uniforms, 2000 to 2018, make a comeback maybe as the throwback uniform? No.
How far removed from? I feel like maybe in like 20 years.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
way too.
I don't think you're. Yeah, I agree with you, Alex.
Like what's
Not
what
far
makes
enough away
how like it has to be like another generation. I
Yeah.
feel like before.
To me, the current uniforms are too close to those.
Yeah,
where,
they
like,
are pretty
it's not
close.
even like you have to get away from that to throw back to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. Let's go to Eldred, North Carolina. What's up, Eldred?
Hey, fellas. lady. How you doing?
Good.
Hey, Eldred.
I'm off today and in the truck.
Good for you.
Cut me off yesterday, but that's cool. But I was going to ask if y'all met with Josh McDaniels, can you ask him why he always throw deep to a slow receiver and you got somebody on the side that runs a 4-2 or 4-3 and he never shoot him a shot?
Who would that
Do
be?
you want to know that?
Who are we talking about?
We're talking about when you throw it to number 13, but you got Kyle Williams sitting on the sideline.
They dialed up a couple deep shots to Kyle Williams on Sunday. He was covered, and they weren't able to execute him. But I would say conservatively, they dial up a deep shot to Kyle Williams once a game. They give him a shot. There was a play in this game that was coming toward our side, the press box side, that end zone, and they had it double covered. I think when he's in the game, Eldred, they kind of are on the lookout for something downfield, big play potential with Kyle Williams.
Okay. Then I got one more question.
Yep.
Paul, this was hit on Evan's show yesterday, and there's a lot of people calling from North Carolina, and we was worrying about that clutch thing because
clutch
in the weather game, and the game that you got to have it, Drake haven't showed up that well. We're figuring he's young, he'll get it into it, but a lot of us, we saw the same thing.
Yeah.
So we're just wondering.
We'll see. Now, like I said, I'm not telling you that it's nothing to worry about. I'm just saying I don't think we have enough evidence yet. But I know you guys have been watching him in college.
Yep.
You guys have a little bit more background with him.
We've been watching, so
Yeah.
Well, he's better
And
now.
in your defense,
But that's okay.
Biggie, you talked about that in the pre-draft process.
Thanks, Eldred.
From the locker room, what was the mood? Were the players friendly?
Okay.
Too bad none of them looked like Derrick Henry. Hey, Mike, what
lot
was
of
it
games
like
this
in the locker room? Hey, Mike, what was it like?
Hi, I'm back,
Hi,
everybody.
Mike.
Did you miss me? I ran over to the
did.
locker room real quick.
Oh, we
get
were
a vibe
counting
check.
down the minutes. Yeah.
No, not a lot to report today, unfortunately. Just kind of
There
quiet.
wasn't a lot of reporting
No, there wasn't.
yesterday
I was
either.
only there for.
It's funny. Everybody else thought there was a lot.
Yeah. Well, I said Robert Spillane is in a boot. Is that what? Was this what? Did I not have an?
The Diggs comments.
Which ones?
When he talked about, and they asked him about his sort of limited role and if he was okay, and he was kind of like bleep,
Oh yeah,
But,
yeah.
I mean, he was okay. I'm not
Yeah.
suggesting that he was incendiary or anything like that, but I thought
Yeah.
that was kind of the first sign after a loss that he wasn't a big part of. That he was
Okay.
like, yeah, I'm over here.
Yeah. Sometimes
But he did a
my
good,
shoulder gets
But he
tired.
did a good job. I thought he did a good job of sort of straddling the line there and not.
Yeah. No, I remember that response. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
But I heard it when I was driving to do my show, and I was like, huh.
That would have been a good.
Did you
that
hear
would have
it
been a
or
good
did you
nugget.
read it?
I heard it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no excuse. I got to be better on that. But we didn't have any scrums today, so nothing to not report. But did see Terrell Williams walk through again. See Will Campbell walking through. No brace. I don't want to talk about limps or anything. He looked fine. But decent energy is quick. They just got us in. So I just wanted to get in, make sure everything was good.
Spillane?
Evan.
You didn't see Spillane?
I did not see Spillane.
And he was powwowing with Tavai.
Spillane came by in a wheelchair.
Every day it gets a little worse. The leg's gone. No, one good little Evan note, and I'll let him maybe talk about it on the shows next week. But there was a good clip from Kirk Cousins on the internets talking about reading through defenses, and he went on a little diatribe. I don't know. He described it, and Evan went over to Drake and was asking Drake about it, just kind of on a one-on-one. And I caught a little bit of the response of Drake kind of explaining, "Oh, this is what I did in college," and so it seemed like Evan was getting some good info. So I'll tee that out maybe for next week. He can talk about that a little bit.
And Alex, on the follow-up that you just asked, did you hear it or did you see it? I think I know why you asked, because I would agree. Reading it sounded worse.
And you can
hearing it.
Yeah.
I felt way better about it, but I did
Right.
hear it when I was driving in. But then Phil Perry, I think, wrote it up, and they were reading the quotes when we were
Right.
on, and I was like, they definitely read worse than they sounded.
You need the tone and you need the whole
right. the whole
answer.
thing. And and to Phil's credit, he put the whole answer in.
Because a lot of times they're like, crap,
That's a
well,
clickbaity one.
of course I
Yep.
wish I was getting the ball more, but ... But the
and Phil
isn't
didn't do
the
that. I don't
headline.
want to throw
Yeah.
Phil under the bus. Phil put the whole thing in, but reading it, it came off a little bit harsher than it sounded.
Media literacy.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, it's that time of the week. Paul, what happened last week?
Okay, young Evan took the week last week at
Ooh.
10-6, followed by Paul at 9-7, Fred and Alex 8-8, and Mike at 7-9. So pretty mediocre week. With the spread, sticking with the adequacy, Paul at 8-8.
Ooh.
Followed by Evan and Fred at 6-10, and
I
Mike
don't
and
wanna
Alex
play
at
anymore.
5-11.
Welcome,
Yuck.
welcome,
Hey.
welcome to the
Sup?
basement.
So.
That's pretty good. That's
I
pretty
like
good.
that.
That's a good
I
stand.
thought we were playing like actual music. I was like, can that
Play
be
that
on
again.
right now?
It's Thursday. I like it.
Wow. I have a song.
She's glowing. Look at her.
Cool.
Hi, Mom. I have a song. I got a
Mom,
song
we made
today.
it.
I finally made it.
So the season standings now getting to the nitty gritty. Only 3 weeks
Not
left.
for some of us.
Alex maintains her 1-game lead over Fred, 145-78-1 to 144-79-1. Paul has moved into third place at 138-85-1. Truly remarkable comeback turnaround.
Indeed.
137-86-1 for Mike, so only 1 game behind me. And Evan, 132-91-1. That's just poor to me for a ball mower. With the spread, Fred, 118-104-2, but
You coming?
continues, 114-108-2. So I'm only 4 games back
With 3 to play.
with 3 weeks to go.
That's good.
Evan, 107-115-2. Alex, 105-117-2. And Mike,
It's really good.
92-130-2.
Goodness gracious. People
You-
should fade me.
Goodness gracious, he says.
That's bad.
Tyson and
Leave it to
Campbell
Beaver.
would be
Sounds like
homeless
Drake May.
if you were wagering on
This
these
is why.
games.
This is all the all the evidence I need to never have to gamble. So there you go. But I should just do
none
the
of us.
opposite, right? I should just start
Fade
Costanzaing
yourself?
it. Yeah. I'm gonna fade myself. I'm gonna think this is what I'm gonna do, and then the last
This
second.
is
I'm
what
gonna
my
change
heart is telling me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's get into it. We got to hurry because there's no buys. Tonight, Thursday night on Prime, it's the 11-3 Rams against the 11-3 Seahawks. Big game.
Great game. Great game. Will you put this one on tonight, Paul? Is this worthy of firing up the
I was
streaming
thinking
service?
about it today, and I think I just might, especially with the boys home.
Amazon Prime, here I
Although
come.
my guess is I won't be seeing the boys because I don't know. They just go
There's
off and do
some
their
booze
thing.
that need to be
Seattle by
drunk.
1.5.
Seattle at 1.5. Oh wow, that's interesting.
That flipped on our little sheet.
It did. Great game. Usually I go with Seattle at home. I'm going to go with Matthew Stafford and the Rams, though. I just have a little bit more belief in him than Sam Darnold at this point in the year. So I'm going to take the Rams, and I'll take those points.
I'm going to take Seattle.
Really?
I think,
Good
Sean McVay had a kid this week. Puka has some drama.
No
There's-
Devontae Adams.
They're having issues with their plane, apparently.
Yeah,
like
they
they
were late.
can't. Yeah, so I
What
don't
about
know.
the dad strength?
For the coach, though?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of coming up with game plans when you had a kid midweek.
Oh, he's tired.
Yeah.
Well, they probably
have
have, a
nannies.
doula and nannies and
Yeah.
a fleet of people.
Right.
Yeah. Sticking with it. Seattle.
I'm with Alex. I'm going to take Seattle.
Wow.
I like the,
interesting for you.
I like the Rams. I believe the Rams are the best team in
faded.
football. But Thursday night home game, division game, I take the home team, Seattle.
Evan was saying on the X that he thought it wasn't a good idea to have such a big game on a Thursday night. It wasn't
Yeah.
fair to either team.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Rams. I think they're just the better team. Do you take anything off last week, Seattle's performance? I mean, I know they won, but
The Sam Darnold thing to me is worth
Yeah.
wondering about.
Yeah.
Is you're starting to get the Sam
'Cause
Darnold
that's
big,
the time
big
of
games
year.
are coming regression.
Yeah. I guess I have a little bit of recency bias catching a little bit of the Rams last week. I just was so impressed with Matthew Stafford, how confident, smooth, in command he looks.
He's a pro.
Yep.
We have 2 Saturday games.
This is good.
This week.
Saturday.
The
Good
first
game.
one's Saturday at 5 o'clock. Odd time, but I'll take it. Philadelphia 9-5 at Washington 4-10.
Philly by 6.5. Now, where can we consume these games?
Fox.
On Fox.
On Fox.
Okay.
Nice win for
You're
Philly.
in business.
I might be able to watch because
Yeah.
I can click back and forth for
Yeah.
the college football playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
that's
you understand my dilemma?
I
Alex?
understand. On a Saturday, I get it. On a
big
Sunday,
day.
I don't understand. What else is going on?
big
Well, I
day.
watch the games on Sunday.
Red Zone.
Yeah.
What are you flipping between Red Zone and what else?
Oh no, Red Zone is
Okay.
there's a
So
play all the
that's-
time. There's no commercials.
Matlock.
Matlock.
I'll take Philly, and I'll lay the points.
Philly.
I'm going to take Philly as well. Yeah, Washington is just kind of
6.5.
6.5. Eagles are favored by.
Yeah, I'm going to take Philly, but I will take the points.
Oh.
I will take the points.
Mario Top.
Saturday, 8:20 on Fox.
Another good game.
The 9-4-1 Packers at the 10-4 Bears.
Chicago by 1.5.
That flipped too. Yeah, great game. Tough loss for Green Bay last week, losing Micah Parsons and Christian Watson. I'm going to go Chicago. I think this is a big win for Ben Johnson, and I'm going to lay the 1.5.
I'm going to take Chicago too.
I thought I would be alone in this one, but I will take the Bears.
I'm going to take the Packers. Got just my instincts.
These are getting interesting between you two.
My-
You got a
my-
couple,
yeah, my Freddie
You
feels.
see what he's doing.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I know. What
Making
you
it interesting.
You know what you did, Kirsch.
Just letting the window open.
I feel like Green Bay's going to win. I go by feels. Freddie feels.
Freddie Fields.
So I go
Don't
by
say that,
feels.
Freddie Felony.
Sunday at 1. Fox. Tampa Bay 7-7 at the Panthers 7-7.
Tampa Bay by 3.
Just a gross loss for them last week. Hearing them talk about it, they seem disgusted with themselves. So I'm going to pick Tampa to bounce back, even though y'all know I love me some Panthers.
Tampa, I guess.
God, that division should be just
Yeah.
thrown. That whole division should be relegated. But I'll take Tampa both ways.
I'm going to take Carolina.
Wow.
Big
I'm
surprise.
going to take Carolina. Sunday at 1 on CBS. Buffalo 10-4 at Cleveland 3-11.
Buffalo by 10.5.
Sheesh.
So I'm going to take Buffalo to win, of course, but I'm going to take the points. Just maybe one of those weird little letdown games for Buffalo where they're not
gotta
quite
be,
as
right?
sharp. Yeah,
It's got to be.
a little bit of a letdown.
It's tempting.
Tempting?
Same thing, I guess.
Oh,
Not
Yeah.
fade Deuce.
I'm going to do the same thing. I don't like being aligned with Deuce, but I kind of agree. I mean, they, shootout against Tampa a few weeks ago, a shootout against Cincinnati, the comeback against I mean, at some point, you don't play it that well.
Yeah.
And I think they'll do enough to win on the road, but 10.5 on the road, that's a lot. I'll take the point.
I thought I'd be alone on this one. I'm taking the points too. I'm going to the window with the points. The Bills won their Super Bowl last week. Let's face it. So there's got to be a letdown.
So true.
There's
So
got to be a
true.
letdown. They win the game, but they don't cover. All right. Sunday at 1 on Fox. The Chargers at 10-4 at Dallas 6-7-1.
Dallas by 2.5.
It's a tough one for me.
Yeah.
As you can tell from my record, they're all probably pretty tough for me, whether I know it or not.
This whole thing is tough. This exercise.
Tough segment.
But I'm going to go with Dallas. I think that their defense has been playing better, and I think they'll get after Justin Herbert and do enough to win by more than 2.5 points.
Dallas.
Yeah. This, Fred likes to talk about the spreads, like when they're odd. This is an odd spread to me. I will take the Chargers to win the game.
I am with Paul. Chargers win this game. Crap. Sunday at 1. What?
I'm on an island
I don't know
with
what.
Deuce.
You don't want to be aligned with Deuce.
Sunday at 1 on CBS. It's the Jets 3-11 at New Orleans, 4-10.
Speaking of the Jets, Deuce is playing the role of the Jets, just trying to be a spoiler
There
here.
you go. That's all I was trying to do.
The Jets at New Orleans. New Orleans by 4.5.
I think maybe
That's how bad the Jets are.
Since I always go first, I need to start planning some misinformation.
You
perhaps.
should.
Of course, I mean, huge news for New Orleans. You know what's going on there, so I really feel great about them. I'll take New Orleans. How many points?
4.5.
Oh yeah, I got to lay those based on all that recent news that I heard about the Saints. Crazy, really.
I already had it written down, so I'll just go with it. New Orleans, New Orleans.
Can the Jets be that bad?
Yeah.
I mean, New Orleans, I'm going to pick New Orleans to win at home. Yeah, I'll lay the points. New Orleans both ways.
Yep, New Orleans both ways is the play.
They're playing, they've been spunky
Well,
down
how
the
big-
stretch here
Saints?
with Tyler Shuck.
Yeah,
the Saints.
Yeah, they beat the Panthers.
Paul, how big is your unit?
I think it's 4.5.
Okay.
Oh, it's bigger than that.
That's what she
Pretty
said.
average spread. I mean,
Alex just tossed the mic in disgust.
Paul's like, depends on what game I'm watching.
Patriots
Depends on how
10-game
many
win
mistakes
streak. That's a
Scott
big
Hanson's
spread.
making on red zone.
Right. Sunday at 1 on Fox, it's Minnesota at 6-8 against the Giants, 2-12.
Minnesota by 3.
Wow. Oh, so this
Yeah.
to me, this is an interesting one. What do the Sharps know?
Yeah. Did you guys catch any of that?
What were the
footage?
records again?
6-8, 2-12.
And you're wondering why the road team is favored?
Yeah, by only 3.
Oh.
By only 3.
Well, it's J.J. McCarthy. I'm going to take J.J. McCarthy. I think, obviously, he's just on fire right now, and they're easily going to win this game. I'll lay the points.
Minnesota.
Yeah, I don't think Minnesota's good enough to be favored on the road. I will take
Really?
I will take the Giants.
Oh.
It's a bad team.
Wow, that's yeah, but the Giants are really bad.
They are. But at home, I think that they'll
show some spunk.
every once a month.
Yeah,
they show some.
I'm
going
gonna
to
take
some hot.
I'm taking Minnesota both ways. This is a good one though. The Sharps are telling us something here, so Paul might be onto something. Sunday at 1 at CBS, the playoff eliminated Kansas City Chiefs are at the playoff eliminated Tennessee Titans, 6-8 against 2-12.
Kansas City by 3.
It's a really tough one
Who's
with
their backup?
Gardner Minshew.
Gardner
Gardner Minshew, of course.
It's a really big shoe.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Kansas City in this one. But I'm going to take the points for Tennessee. I think they kind of keep it close. I think they've been a little frisky at home.
Spread
Game
one more
one.
time, I'm sorry.
3.
3 flat.
For Kansas City.
Kansas City by 3.
Tennessee.
Outright?
To cover.
Kansas City and Tennessee.
Sounded like you shifted gears
Okay.
there a little
Yeah.
bit. No.
It's outrage in what I
I'm
said.
taking the Chiefs both ways. I can't take Tennessee.
From what I heard out of the Chiefs locker room, you got to take the Chiefs.
Some of them
Yeah,
still
as
aren't
they
even
left.
sure they've been eliminated.
Mahomes was heard
Yeah, they
saying,
didn't know. I love
To
this
who?
bit already.
Did he say it to Gardner Minshew?
Lead them.
Kansas City?
Yeah. Kansas City both ways. Sunday at 1 on CBS, Cincinnati 4-10 at Miami 6-8.
Cincinnati by 4.5.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh,
I guess
Jesus.
our line was before they benched Tua.
Before they made him the third
Yeah, this is the
stringer.
interesting one to me where it's like for nothing. And, Cincinnati, you're close to getting a good draft pick. Don't win, but I think they're going to. I'll take Cincinnati, and I'm going to lay the points.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm going to take Cincinnati both ways, too, with Quinn Ewers playing quarterback.
Yeah.
I think Burrow's got to snap out of it a little bit.
Yeah.
I love Joe Burrow, but all right, bro,
Yeah,
I get
come
it.
on, get
You're
it.
down. You got to play, too.
You think you'll have fun this week?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably not. I'm going to Miami. Why not? What's not to
Yeah,
have fun?
I'm going to go with Cincinnati to win the game. I think Burrow, I don't know what's going on up in Cincinnati as a result of his remarks, but I got to imagine there's a lot swirling, and so he's going to come out to show everybody, yeah, I'm still engaged.
Yeah.
So I think he'll have a good game, and I think the Sharps know that too. That's why. All right, Now we go to 4:05 on Sunday. It's Fox, and it's Atlanta 5-9 at Arizona 3-11.
Atlanta by 3.
Ah, boy. Jacoby Brissett versus Kirk Cousins. Oh, boy. I don't know. I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to go Arizona.
Atlanta.
I guess they just have to play these games, huh? I'm going to take Arizona at home.
You're a sucker for Arizona.
No, I think they stink.
They're so bad.
And every week you watch like the beginning of the game and the announcers tell you how well Brissett's playing, and I'm like, I watch these games. He's not playing like it's this.
Right.
It's the typical.
He doesn't
It's
turn
Gardner
the ball
Minshew.
over. Yeah.
He does turn the ball over like early in the game, and that's
Brissett-
how they fall behind. And he
Yeah.
gets a whole bunch of plastic yards at the end of the game when it's over. Like Trey McBride ends up with like 13 catches when they're getting killed.
Yeah.
He stinks.
I mean, as excited as we are about the turnaround the Patriots had, if you're an Atlanta fan, aren't you so disappointed? Like thinking, we're coming into the season with Penix and we're gonna have a good and we have all this talent, and what a disappointment. But having said that, I'm gonna go with Atlanta, both ways here. Sunday 4:05 on Fox, Jacksonville 10-4 at Denver 12-2.
Big game.
Trevor Lawrence, we turn our lonely eyes to you.
Big game. Denver by 3.
Wasn't this just the game you were talking about in 96?
Yeah.
Jacksonville at Denver? Shoot. I'm going with Denver. I'm going to take Denver at home. I'll lay the points.
It's 3.
Denver by 3.
Denver wins. I feel like they play a lot of close games, so we're going to make it fun. Jacksonville covers.
Yeah, I'm going to take Denver both ways, but Jacksonville is impressing me. They're starting to move into maybe they're a little better than people give them credit for territory with Houston and Denver. I think they're behind those two teams, but I think Denver gets it done at home.
Yeah.
Because why, Fred?
They always play at home.
Correct.
As I said earlier in the week, the only silver lining about Denver beating the Packers last week was the narrative of the AFC is not as good as the NFC. Well, our team beat your team if you're an NFC team, okay?
Shut it.
Direct to camera.
Your best team beat their 7th seed at home.
Having said that, I'm taking the Jaguars.
Wow.
I'm taking the Jaguars.
First seed window back open.
Let's go. Sunday, 4:25, CBS. You like that, Alex?
You like that? So good.
Sunday, 4:25, CBS. Pittsburgh 8-6 at Detroit 8-6.
Pittsburgh at Detroit. Detroit by 7.
Yeah, I like that number. Pittsburgh, I'm not impressed with them at all. I'm going to take Detroit. I'll lay the points.
Lions.
Huh. So I'm going to take the Lions both ways, too. It's going to be one of these deals. Pittsburgh's going to end up winning the Super Bowl. And I'm just going to say, this is not very good.
Right.
But I'll take the Lions.
Now, folks, be careful when there's a flat number. That means that Vegas is probably hoping for a push. And then you ask why. I don't know.
Well, they get the big.
Right. But I'm going to take Detroit to cover those 7 points, which means they have to win by at least 8. That's how it works. Sunday, 4:25 on CBS. The Raiders at 2-12 are at Houston 9-5.
Houston by 14.5.
Houston with a really easy schedule.
Golly, McSmalley. You know what? I feel like it's a lock that Houston's going to beat him by that much, so I'm going to go do the George Costanzo, and I'm going to take the points for Vegas.
I was going to do that too.
It's a lot of points.
Yeah, same with me. I'll take Houston to win the game, but Vegas has to show some heart after getting shut out 31-0 last week.
Maybe not, though. Or not.
No,
they could mail it in.
Then I could lose the pick. But I'll take Houston to win. I'll take Vegas to cover.
But if
you
there
keep
is,
it within 2 touchdowns.
If there's any time for the who's honor speech, it's this week.
The ship be sinking.
The minority owner Brady needs to come in that locker room and ask these people, "This is your honor."
Yeah.
Whose honor?
Your honor.
You forgot about your family's
Your
honor.
family's honor. My honor now. I'm a voter. With his Dave Garroway glasses. What is with those sunglasses?
Super cool. I love them so
It's
much.
like he's selling Timexes in 1960.
Who did you take?
He took.
Huh?
I don't know who
Houston?
he took.
Oh, I don't know
We're
who
still
I
in the
took.
preamble.
I'm gonna take the points. I'm gonna take the points. But Houston wins.
All right.
All right, we skip over the Patriots Sunday night at 8:20, and we go to Monday at 8:15 on ESPN. It's the 49ers, 10-4. Some people think the most underrated team in the league. At Indy, 8-6.
San Francisco by 6.5.
6.5.
I would agree that the Niners are right now a little underrated.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to go with them, and I'll lay those points against Phillip Rivers.
All those weeks with Mac Jones.
Mm.
Bang, bang, Niner gang.
So I will take San Francisco to find a way to win the game, but I'll take the points.
Really?
Six
You're
and a half.
buying into the Phillip
Well,
Rivers
6.5 at home.
Yeah.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah, but, here's the thing. Rivers did well for himself. He didn't throw up. He all over himself.
Great moment.
He did pretty well, but that's it. That's it. They're not going to score a lot of points. And 49ers will. That's why they're giving him the 6.5. So they cover.
I wonder how he's feeling this week after jumping back into an NFL game,
Right.
not having played one. I wonder if he's
Right.
it's got to be a little.
All right, now we go
sore.
back to Sunday night. It's the 11-3 Patriots against the 7-7 Ravens.
Ravens by 3.
Such disrespect. What? Disrespect.
That feels about right.
Well, they get 3. They're home.
All right, so y'all know me. I'm wrong about everything, and I'm going to pick the Ravens.
There you go.
So maybe it's kind of a reverse
Use your
jinx
powers
thing.
for good.
But I just think it's a tough spot for the Patriots. They're banged up in the wrong spots, and I think the Ravens need the game more. And usually we get this part of the year, especially with an MVP caliber quarterback and Derrick Henry. I think they can get it done. But I think the Patriots hang in there and show some spunk. But I'm going to take the Ravens 27-23.
I will take New England 27-26.
So I think of this game similarly to the way Mike is talking about it. And the bigger thing for me than health, because the Ravens are beat to crap too, is the desperation factor that Mike just talked about. I don't know which Ravens team will show up. They've had some desperate situations that they've completely laid an egg in, and maybe this will be another one of the Patriots to come back with a big win and make everybody feel better. I think that there's some pride in that organization. I think they got to find a way to win a game at home and give themselves a chance in the last 2 weeks. So same score as Mike, 27-23, Baltimore.
Okay, you have little faith.
It's not of little faith. I think they absolutely can win the game.
I picked against the Patriots this week.
Patriots can absolutely win this game.
year. The score that came to me, 22-19, Patriots.
It's a weird one.
22-19, Patriots pull it out.
Every once in a while, he goes Berman.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if it's going to be one of
22-19,
those last fourth quarter, and so we still won't have the evidence that people are looking for from Drake Maye. But the team shows spunk against a very tough Ravens team. I think the Patriots defense rises. The Ravens will possess the ball, but you might see a lot of 3s instead of 7s, and that's going to be the difference in the game.
Red zone defense.
And 22 points is going to be enough. 22 points is going to be enough.
It's a good theory.
Yeah.
They tighten up the red zone defense and field goals instead of touchdowns. That's a good way to win a game on the road.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right. Well, listen, I hope we're all right. I know that can't be possible. Well, I hope these guys are wrong.
Yeah, I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah. But we will have the pregame show Sunday morning. I mean, no.
6.
We'll do it at night.
6 o'clock.
We'll
Yeah.
do it at night.
Yeah.
Wait, 7 o'clock?
We're not like BZ.
It's 7, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, 7.
Yeah,
7, yeah.
7.
I'm still in that 2-hour thing. 7 o'clock.
Scare me.
7 o'clock for the pregame show, and then the postgame show immediately following. You guys going to be okay with the night?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
we're used to it now.
Yeah.
It's a tough way to go into Christmas, though.
I
so
know.
I don't know. You guys got to make sure you. Nah, I'm gonna be nice on the air.
All right. We will see you next Tuesday.
Hey, this is Evan. Thanks for tuning into the show. If you really want to help us, make sure to like us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Also, make sure to follow on the New England Patriots YouTube channel to see this show and everything else we do here at the Patriots. Thanks a lot.